Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Empty Promise podcast. My name is Chris, and today you are joining me and my best friend in the whole wide world, Mr. James D. Downey.
Hello.
As we take you on the journey that is episode 116 of the podcast and our final episode of the year. D, it's bittersweet being here today.
It is. It's the end of an era. The end of the year.
Yep.
End of a pretty shitty year, actually.
Yep. That's very true. A pretty shitty year globally. Pretty great year for us analytically.
Not to rub it in.
Yeah. Some of us have had a cracking year. But yes, this is the final episode of the podcast for the year as we go away and prepare ourselves for all the upcoming events and things that are going to be taking place with the Empty Promise over the next couple of months when we come back. So let's just break into the normal show, D, as we normally would. Do you want to tell us what we have coming up on today's show?
Yeah, Chris, it's a standard fare. We're going to be talking about news. We've got some Nick Cage news. We're going to be caging the beast. Main topic this week is the best of 2020. It may seem like a futile task, but there are some good things that happened, and we're going to be talking about the best things for our podcast, television, movies, games. Basically, we're having our event of the Oscars, and it's a little bit bigger than the Oscars, if I'm honest, but I don't want to, kind of I would brag about it, but it's pretty big, and we will be bringing the awards to people in 2021 at some point. That's an empty promise you can count on.
Yeah.
After that, it'll just be standard personal with the podcast, community questions.
Beautiful.
And wrapping up the show.
Wrapping up the show and the year.
And the year, yeah.
And the year, yeah. It is Sunday, the 20th of December. We are 5 days away from the big man's birthday, D. Jolly old Saint Nick. And
Is it? Are you sure that's right?
I'm pretty sure. I fact checked that before we started, so I'm pretty sure. pretty sure over here. I can
think of a certain king of the Jews might be a little bit ticked off right now.
Gandhi?
Yeah. It's Gandhi's birthday, you guys.
It is. It's seasonable out there this morning, D. I'm not going to say it's cold, but it's not mild either. So I guess it's seasonable.
That's another one for the temperature. So there's cold, chilly, fresh, mild, and seasonable.
Yeah.
That's what we'll do whenever we have like a weather channel. Expect some seasonable weather out there, everybody. Bye-bye.
We should, that could be a part for 2021, if anyone would like to see that. Every week we bring you the weather, just in front of a green screen. Nothing actually on the screen, just a green screen.
A green screen,
Us pointing at places that aren't actually there because we haven't put the work in to bring you the CGI effect.
Oh, we simply can't afford it, Chris. Like, it's not in budget.
You have some lists, I'm assuming, or a list for today.
I do.
Good.
I can bring you a list, Chris.
While you bring that list, I'm going to nibble on some of this delicious dark chocolate.
This is, of course, coming from Philip Bardow's absolutely useless lists for absolutely every day of the year.
To be fair, that's
20th of December.
That's probably book of the year.
Should we just go straight in? Book of the year?
Book of the year, yeah, why not? There you go.
Philip Bardow for the third year in a row. Philip Bardow
lift it up there.
Strong.
Lift it up there. Give us a full screen. There we go. Look at that. Beautiful book. Nice side profile. It's quite a thick boy. He's a big thick boy.
Yeah, you're going to be reading this, basically every day of the year. It's going to be part of your life. Mm-hmm. And, it's not going to let you down one bit at all. So, highly recommend it. Get out there and purchase. Perfect little stocking filler.
Perfect stocking filler, yep, absolutely.
That's what people don't realise, is that our award show is actually just a bunch of affiliate links that we're going to be pushing down people's throats. Go buy them from our link in the description below.
Use discount code EPP.
So, 20th of December 1901, US physicist Robert J. van der Graaf is born.
Oh.
What did van der Graaf invent, Chris?
Is it something to do with graphs? Would it be something
seismic
graphs?
No.
I'm thinking, no. hear me out. I'm thinking, like a seismometer.
Unfortunately not. John Seismometer invented that.
That's right. What did Mr. Seismograph invent? Is that his name?
Van der Graaf?
Oh, it's Van der Graaf. Sorry.
He invented the Van de Graaff generator, which makes the hair on your head stand up.
Is that
like
those things?
It's like the round thing.
Yeah.
Stand up. It sticks your hair up. So, totally related to that, here are some hair-raising facts.
Oh.
Using the image of hair standing on their end to mean scared probably first appeared in Hamlet in 1601, where Shakespeare wrote, I could a tale unfold whose lightest word would harrow up thy soul, freeze thy young blood, make thy two eyes like stars, start from their spheres, thy knotted and combined locks to part, and each particular hair to stand up on end, like quills upon the fretful purpurine.
That is probably that's one of the most beautiful passages ever read upon this show. I'm so glad that you've done that. That's another one crossed off the list. Read some Shakespeare or some Hamlet.
Shakespeare.
Yeah, some Shakespeare.
Live on pod.
On pod. There you go. We're cultured beings.
Shakespeare also invented like something like 300 or maybe 3,000 words. He just invented them, and now we use them today.
Can you give me an example of a word he invented? Do you know?
Let me get back to you on that. I'm going to Google that whilst we go through the rest of this list.
That'd be nice.
The allusion to making your hair stand on end isn't a metaphor, it's real. Dogs' hackles rise when they're scared, and we humans get goosebumps or goose flesh, causing our body hairs to rise when we're scared. I mean, that's not really an unknown fact. I'm pretty sure we're all aware of that. The word Harapilian, Harapilation, I don't know, appears in Thomas Blouth's Glossophoria. Like, this is just a paragraph of difficult to pronounce words. Is what this is. It literally is. Okay, I apologize. The word Harapiladian appears in Thomas Blouth's Glossographia, or a dictionary interpreting all such hard words of whatsoever language now used in our refined English tongue of 1656. That was, compared to fucking Hamlet a second ago, that was a disaster. Trying to read that out.
Pardon me. Dang. Dang over here. It's fine. That was pretty tough, yeah.
I don't know how it relates to hair at all.
Thank you for doing it for the show.
Oh, it's the raising of hair again. It's back to that shit, Chris.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Gillette invented a razor. Rubbing a balloon on your hair makes it static electricity, so it'll stick to the ceiling. We all know this stuff. And also, your hair can also stand up in a thunderstorm. If that happens to you, good luck.
Your hair? Oh, because you're conducting so much static electricity?
You're going to get zapped.
Yeah.
I think it means you're about to be struck by lightning. But I will come back to here's 15. This is from Grammarly. Just got this immediately from Google. 15 words invented by Shakespeare.
Yeah.
Bandit.
Wow. Okay.
There's actually so many here. Bandit. Critic. Dauntless. Dwindle. Elbow. Elbow as a verb. That's it. So I elbowed somebody.
Okay.
Green-eyed to describe jealousy. That first came from Shakespeare.
Wow.
Lackluster. Lonely. Skim milk, apparently. And swagger.
Skim milk. There's some big words in there, Deep. I can't believe elbowed as a verb was invented by Shakespeare. Like, it seems pretty easy to invent verbs if all you have to do is just say what you're doing, you know?
Just say a noun. Just like, I just cheered that bastard.
Yeah,
Totally
exactly.
cheered him.
Exactly. Wow. Thank you, Shakespeare.
He
invented.
He invented more than 300 words.
How do you just invent words and like everybody's just using them? You know,
you just made up a word and people just.
Everyone was just like, he knows what he's talking about. Do you think is it just though that he was like probably the most like, oh sorry, I've just completely drawn a blank. He was,
the most elbowed
uh,
writer of his time.
Jesus, my head's gone, D. My head's completely gone. Like, he was the most knowledgeable. He was the most
Prolific?
character of his time. So everyone just assumed he knew what he was talking about and just went with it. Is that what it was? Do you think?
It's probably what it was. Like, he wrote like a word that sounded good. You know what I mean? In a sentence, and they were like, I can work out with that word. I've never heard that word before in my life, but I can work out what it means from context. But it sounds good in the sentence. And then people quote Shakespeare, and then all of a sudden it's a word.
Oh, such horse shit. I have a bit of on this day for you. Actually, I have one piece of on this day, and it revolves around a film. Today is the day in 1946 when Christmas classic It's a Wonderful Life premieres in New York, directed by Frank Capra, starring James Stewart, Donna Reed, and Lionel Barrymore. So, It's a Wonderful Life, rated like the greatest Christmas film of all time by countless sources. First premiered today in 1946. Never seen it.
Never saw it.
No.
Don't care for it.
My dad was actually telling me about it this morning. He said it's actually quite a dark movie in places. So, I don't know.
Yeah, I've heard that. It's like just depressing right up until the end, and then the end is like, oh no, it's Christmas.
Yeah, Christmas cheer, yeah, everyone.
I'm sure it's very good. Like, I just have never. It's not really a thing over here, like, at all.
No. I tell you what, though, D. I have normally. Well, I say normally, but in recent weeks we started doing 6 tough decisions for D to make live on podcast. Honestly, why did you choose that name? That is so tough to get through. But anyway, this week, D, I've changed up a little bit because it's incredibly hard to either find or think of enough things to put together for you to choose. So I'm just going to give you a list of seemingly difficult would you rather questions, and you can.
That's fine.
You can go from there. Are you happy enough for this?
No, but okay.
Okay.
Go on.
Okay, here we go.
Okay. Disrupt.
Would you prefer to have no taste or be completely colorblind?
Colorblind. I can still see. It sucks a little, but like,
Yeah.
I'm fine.
Agreed. Would you rather know the date of your death or the cause of your death? Neither are great there.
Yeah.
I'll
just take cause.
You think?
Yeah.
What if the cause though is something so fucking unique that like you can't help but like what if, for example, the cause was,
if it was car crash, that would be awful.
Because you're always waiting. But if it was something like a hot air balloon disaster, and for like your 30th birthday, Laura turns around to you and is like, "Guess what? I got us tickets for a hot air balloon ride," and you're just like,
I'm not getting on a hot air balloon. No. You know, like, could you prevent it? Is it predetermined? There's just no way of avoiding it. I don't know.
I think there's no way of avoiding it. Yeah. Would you rather win $25,000 sterling yourself, or have your best friend win 100,000?
That's hard.
No, it's okay. Just you could take the 25,000. I would take the 25,000.
I don't know, because
do you want to give me 100,000?
I would love to give you 100,000
rather than you win 25,000.
If it was like 25,000 versus $1 million, I would say $1 million for my mate. I think
100,000.
25,000 is a lot, but like compared to 100,000. Yeah, fuck. I'll take the money. I'm out of here.
Yeah.
I'll reimburse it. I'll put it back into the podcast. It's fine.
Okay.
We're all gonna benefit.
Would you rather find £100 floating in a public toilet or £5 in your pocket?
I mean, £100.
Yeah.
What?
It's still
£100.
Like.
I'm sure it's awful, but like, it's awful for 10 seconds. Then it's £100.
Yeah. Exactly.
And I can use that £100 to buy lottery tickets to win millions of pounds. Easy.
Would you rather always be 20 minutes late for important events or always be 2 hours early to everything else? Fuck's sake. Yeah.
20 minutes late? Like, fuck it.
20 minutes late to the birth of your first child? 20 minutes late to your wedding? 20 minutes late
Absolute bollocks.
to a funeral, or 2 hours early for us going to the cinema.
Cinema, yeah. I'll meet you at the cinema.
That's brilliant. Movie starts at 8, twiddling his thumbs at 6 p.m.
I'd have to invest. You know what? I'll just become a Switch player. I'll bring my Switch with me everywhere. I will.
Okay.
I will always have like a bag on with a battery pack, which is like fucking massive, just so I can keep all of my things charged because I'm going to be waiting. You're going to be waiting for like 80% of your life is going to be spent waiting. 2 hours early for work?
Yeah.
Fucking.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I'm not doing either. I'm back. I'm out. I'm way down the road. Good luck.
Would you rather be 4 years old for your entire life or be 90 years old your entire life?
It doesn't make a difference.
It really doesn't, no.
Doesn't. If I'm 90 years old, at least I'll be able to appreciate how I'm old and I can't do anything. Whereas I'm 4 years old, I won't be able to appreciate that I'm young and I can't do anything. I'll just be 4. I'll just be like, nah. 4-year-olds do this, right?
Would you rather be reborn into the past or into the future?
Future.
Nice. To talk to animals or speak all human languages?
All human languages. Talking to animals would be nice, but I've thought about this before. I don't think they'd have a lot to talk about. Like,
yeah, true.
You're talking to fish and all they talk about is mackerel. What's that from?
Oh, that's American Dad talking to the dolphins.
Yep.
Yeah, all they want to do is talk about the mackerel.
Yeah, that's what I'm like. What would animals want to talk about, really? But your dogs could tell you what they want, which would be nice.
Give up brushing your teeth or washing your hair? Personally, I have to go for hair because I think I just shave it off, but I got to be able to clean my teeth.
See, I was thinking the other way about because I don't think I wouldn't want that one of your hair is like, you know, when it's like dirty and it's constantly like itchy. It's just like the worst thing ever.
Yeah.
Teeth is like,
I know.
You can get away with like Listerine, but that count? No.
No. I don't think so. No, I don't think so. You got...
Nah, fuck it. I'm gonna...
Pick one.
Imagine being in the shower and not being able to wash your hair, though. Like,
I know. It just get wet. Although they say you're not supposed to wash your hair. You're only supposed to like wash your hair like once or twice a week because it's like bad for your scalp and bad for your hair. Like wash it with like stuff.
Can you use floss?
Okay, I got 2 more here for you. Would you rather be able to clean between the teeth? You're not actually cleaning the teeth. I would assume so. Yeah. Would you rather be able to run 200 miles an hour or to be able to fly at 20 miles an hour?
How fast is 20 miles an hour?
It's
reasonable,
what? But I think you'll always have that like I wish I could go faster.
In about an hour, would you? What?
Yeah,
and
20 miles an hour,
I'm assuming flying, right, takes as much effort as running. Like it's gonna be like running 20 miles in an hour. Or is it going to be like not as hard? Is it going to be like riding a bike, maybe?
Oh, right enough. Yeah, It's
like, because what? The human body can sprint.
Riding a bike for 20
like
miles
what?
is also
How fast
tough.
can we sprint? Like 16 miles an hour or something like that? Maybe faster. Forget. But like that's the max. Like you can do that for 10 seconds and no longer. Or not even 10 seconds. But you know what I mean? Like if I can fly at a steady pace 20 miles an hour, then I'd probably fly. Because that's awesome. And then running at 200 miles an hour.
I think I'd always take the ability to fly. I mean, you could just bypass so much like horseshit. Yeah,
you can go as the crow flies.
And finally, exactly. Would you rather win the lottery and live out the rest of your life until you die, or live in good health to be 200 years old?
That's a hard one. Like 200, like in good health, though.
It's very. Yeah, they're supposed to be tough.
Does this mean though, right?
Yeah, like good health, like so.
Does this mean
what?
Like, okay, either it means that you only age 1 year every 2 years, So it means when you're like 100, you're only really 50. And then when you're 200, you're basically 100. So you're like frail as fuck. Or does it mean that when you get to like, say, 40, you're basically that age until you're 180, and then you start aging like those last 20 years, as if, regularly?
I'd like to think the second one there, like you can, once you get to 40 or like 35, you'll stay at that condition until like you're like 180, and then you'll age.
In that
like
case, I would probably
years.
take the second option. Like if I genuinely have like over 100 years
Really?
of like I can just do whatever I want, like, and I'm in the fit, capable way of doing it, then yeah. Why not?
Yeah, I guess so. You just have to watch everybody that you love come and go,
true.
though, which would be pretty tough.
That, yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't think of that.
Yeah.
So you win the lottery.
No.
You
I think I'd
I'd
take the lotto one. You just live it out, yeah. Just winning the
No
lottery.
wonder.
Yeah. Because we don't know what living like 200 years is, so. Who's to say I'm not going to live to like 120
Chris, I plan
anyway?
to live well beyond 200,
Exactly.
If you win the lottery, just invest
a
a bunch of your money into prolonging your life.
Yeah, into like stem cell research and shit. It's just heartbreaking that my bank doesn't see it this
I
way.
guess you agree with me.
No, I can take the mortgage for like 85 years. Trust me, I'm good for it. I'm going to be around for a long time, guys. Yeah. Okay. Thank you for answering those, D.
Thank you for asking them.
I think we can go to our news of the week, maybe? Actually, before we do that... Oh, never mind. There's the jingle. We're into the news. We'll do this after. Thank you. And here's that was D with the jingle, and here's D with the news.
Oh, crap, it's on me.
Well, hang on. No, I have one piece of news for you. It's a little bit sad, I guess. So maybe I'll just do it now. Did you hear that the Halo Xbox 360 games go dark December 2021?
Oh yeah, no more online.
Oh, you have froze on me, D. Yes, so Halo 360 games, D, are set to go dark in December 2021. Beloved online services for Halo Reach, 4, 3, ODST, Combat Evolved, Anniversary, Spartan Assault, and Halo Wars will all end December 2021. You will be able to play these games after this date, of course, but online features such as matchmaking will go offline. That means, D, that this will end 14 years of Halo 3 online.
It's insane. Like,
it's crazy. Yeah.
14 years old.
14 years.
And there's probably still people still playing it.
Of course there's people still playing it. Yeah, absolutely. Why would you not? A couple of years ago, just before we moved into this house, we went online in Modern Warfare 2 on the 360, and there were still people playing.
Oh, yeah. I went on Modern Warfare Online on the PC like last year.
Yeah.
Got destroyed.
Yeah.
Because the only people left are the really good ones.
Yeah, or hackers, because we were once playing where guys were shooting like helicopters out of their guns. So, and like, yeah, I swear, and like sharks and stuff, like they'd fire a weapon and a shark would come out. Yeah. So it was just hackers, but still, it was nice running around the maps and stuff. But
very nice.
Yeah, they're gone. But anyway, that's my piece of news for this week.
That's sad. But I suppose there's still the Master Chief Collection.
What a great collection that is.
You relive your Halo 3 days, but it's sad that actual moment is gone. Cheers. Let me move into some movie news, Chris. Tom Cruise has had a little bit of a meltdown, as he is wont to do. Every so often he kind of just goes a bit crazy. But strangely enough, he's kind of in the right this time.
Oh.
People have come out on his side, yeah.
Okay.
So Tom Cruise he's scolded Mission Impossible 7 crew members for violating social distancing measures.
Oh.
So basically there's an audio file of this floating about the internet. Very reminiscent of the Christian Bale kind of freak out.
To say, yeah.
Basically the exact same thing. With Tom Cruise very upset and verbally kind of given off to these crew members. and he's like completely up in arms about it.
Okay.
Some quotes here from like the from the tirade. I don't ever want to see it again, ever. If you don't do it, you're fired. If I see you do it again, you're effing gone. And if anyone in this crew does it, that's it. And you too. The rant comes after 2 crew members reportedly were standing within 2 meters of one another while on set for the film. Cruise apparently states, "We are the gold standard. They're back there in Hollywood making movies right now because of us, because they believe in us and what we're doing. We are creating thousands of jobs, you mother effers." I don't ever want to see it again.
Jesus.
Yeah.
But
so
I mean, you get where the guy's coming from though as well. Yeah.
Yeah. Like it's not like he's ranting about like you're gonna bring down my production. He's like talking about like there's people who are like back home like depending on this production.
Yeah. That's insane, man.
Another thing actually on this is that I think he actually has put like a significant sum of his own money into keeping this operation running. Yeah, Cruise has tried to ensure that there are no more delays to the production, even paying $676,000 out of his own pocket for a ship that cast and crew can isolate on during film production.
Wow. Now, does he produce these movies now? No.
Oh yeah, he's definitely a producer on these bad boys now. Yeah. Another quote: "You can tell it to the people who are losing their effing homes because our industry is shut down. It's not going to put food on their table or pay for their college education." Cruise continued in the audio obtained by The Sun. "That's why I sleep. That's what I sleep with every night. The future of this effing industry." So Tom Cruise taking the mantle of responsibility firmly on his shoulders there.
It's insane, man.
Yeah, I've listened to it. Yeah,
have you?
I've listened to it. Yeah, it sounds like a kind of like just a Hollywood superstar. You're giving off at the start.
Can we get it like up now?
I don't know where I would get it now. It's on the Sun's website. I'm not going on to that.
Yeah, no, that's just complete tabloid.
The place I got it from was Reddit, so I imagine I could find it there, and we can maybe loop it in after. I can link you the file.
Sounds terrific. But, what are you drinking there, D? What are you drinking?
I just got some flavored water right here.
Oh, nice. Okay, nice.
So
what flavor?
Some strawberries in it.
Some strawberries. Nice. Nice. I mean, I can see where the guy's coming from. You know, I don't think he's necessarily in the wrong here. So
no, I don't think so either. Like,
although
apparently was
it just because 2 people were sitting close together?
Yeah, they were violating the social distancing thing.
Okay, now, if they're sitting close together, I don't know. You know,
unmasked.
I was about to say maybe you could make a case for them saying, you know, they just sat down, forgot what they were doing, didn't realize the other person was sitting there. It'd be different if they were like interacting, you know, fucking, you know, bumping shoulders and shit like that, you know. But
yeah, we don't really know the specific circumstances.
Yeah, I guess.
That, he found 2 people.
Good. I'm gonna have to find this.
At the end of the audio, anyway, he kind of like calms down. He's kind of like. He started praising people, like generically sort of going, "Oh, we're doing a good job," and all this here shit. But like, obviously that's not what anyone's focusing on. They're all focusing on the fact that he blew up. And
well, that's it. Look, maybe the guy just had a hard day. You know, you know, and this was it. This was just the tipping point. You know, we all have bad days, D. We all have bad days. Just because it's a bad day doesn't mean it's a bad life. Live, laugh, love.
I got some other silly pieces of news here.
Yeah.
Got some local news.
Oh, local news.
Gardaí,
the
Irish police force, have warned against a new social media trend involving people lying in front of oncoming traffic to prank motorists.
Fuck's sake, D. Where is this happening?
Known as ghosting is extremely irresponsible and poses serious danger to those taking part in the ghosting and to motorists, Garda headquarters said in a statement on Monday. The prank typically involves somebody lying in the road with a sheet over them to cause oncoming cars to stop or take notice. The reaction of the driver is then filmed and uploaded to social media in the hope it will go viral.
That's just fucking plain stupidity. That's what that is.
Yeah. That's the natural selection hard at work.
I know, like, numerous times either you've been driving or you've been in the car with someone and you're driving along and maybe like a piece of rubbish or a bag or something has fallen out of a car or a lorry or something and it's lying like on the side of the road in the middle of the road. You don't necessarily slow down for it. You know, if you can just avoid it. But who's to say that there's not fucking somebody now lying under this bag? That is so dangerous. That is unbelievable, D. Holy shit.
And, like, yeah, no, you're exactly right. Like, you just see, like, a white bag lying on the ground. You're just like, whatever, I'll just drive over it here.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep. And you kill somebody, apparently.
Fuck's sakes. This is insane. Wait, did it say where this was happening, sorry? Like, do we have an
not
area?
Specifically.
No.
Not specifically, no.
Just the fact that it is just shows the mentality of Irish people. You know, this is lockdown boredom at its finest.
I think I have a sneaking suspicion that there's some kids here as well who are like imitating others, because it mentions the warning comes following an incident in the south of the country where in recent days where a girl was injured by a vehicle while ghosting. She was taken to the hospital where she spent several days receiving treatment for minor injuries to her back, torso, and ankle.
Jesus.
On Garda Síochána are urging people not to engage in the social media trend. Gardaí are particularly appealing to parents to educate their children on the dangers of participating. So it seems like there's like young kids who are like kind of copying a trend they see on the internet. That's behind it.
So
which, I can't really blame too much. Kids kind of don't have a good understanding of the dangers
of traffic. Yeah,
it's just whatever absolute fucking idiots on the internet are doing this to try and go viral in the first place that are encouraging kids to copy them.
Stupid, man. Yeah, there's always something new, isn't there? Like there's always some new stupid fucking trend now. Like,
oh yeah, remember planking?
I was just about to say, remember planking? Yeah, just lie in a fucking stupid position as a plank.
At least in that you didn't have to be in the road, like in front of road users, endangering yourself and like everybody on the road. Like,
I'm sure somebody probably was. You know, there's always some nut job that has to take it to the extreme and ruin it for everybody else.
Yeah, true.
Fuck.
It ruined planking for me. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah. I can no longer plank on my local roads.
I do have. I'll just do this like stupid piece of news.
Yeah.
British Columbia over in good old Canada.
Yeah. Canada, eh?
The RCMP, which I believe stands for Royal Canadian Mounted Police.
Yeah, the Mounties.
That's my guess.
Yeah.
The Mounties.
That's the Mounties.
Oh, the Mounties.
Oh, yeah.
Said they received a report of a vehicle that had been driven into a ditch.
Okay.
They had suspicions. Oh, no, sorry. They found a 50-year-old woman with her dog. She told the police that it was just her and her pet inside the two-door sedan when it crashed into the ditch, and that the dog was driving.
What? Say that again.
The dog was driving.
The dog was driving the car.
The dog was driving. Yeah. The 50-year-old woman claimed. The RCMP had suspicions about the woman's claim, and the officer quickly developed the opinion that this woman's ability to operate her motor vehicle was affected by alcohol. So, I think she didn't want to get done for drunk driving. So
she said the dog was driving.
The dog was driving the car. The woman was issued a 90-day immediate roadside prohibition after she allegedly refused to provide a breath sample. So that should tell you.
She refused to provide a breath sample? Fuck.
Yeah. No word on whether the dog will be ditching its owner after the incident.
That's insane.
That's just pure stupid news. I just read that and I was like, okay, I gotta talk about this because
I was just about to say, like, I don't know where you get this news from, but I'm so glad. I'm so grateful of it.
I have sources all over the country, and they're constantly reporting back. A lot of stuff doesn't make the cut. It's only the cream of the crop that gets in here. Okay, that's news, but I do have, of course, some Nick Cage news and tidbits about the man.
Is this Caging the Beast?
Legend. This is Caging the Beast. Play the intro.
Rawr!
There we go. Excellent.
Fucking hell.
Nicolas Cage is going to be in a new movie, Chris.
Of course he is. What is this, like his like 13,000th of the year?
Yeah, pretty much. Nicolas Cage fights an evil curse in action thriller Prisoners of the Ghostland.
Ooh.
The actor has been putting his name to some truly incredible projects of late, and Prisoners of the Ghostland certainly looks like one of them. If you have any doubt about that, just read the title of the movie again. Apparently this is actually like a big collaboration, so we have...
Okay.
Sophia Botella, Bill Moseley, Ed Skrein, Young Dai, and Tag Sakaguchi alongside Nicolas Cage.
Okay.
Prisoners of the Ghostland is directed by Sion Sono, who follows Cage.
Now you said
Sorry?
big collaboration. Sorry, but I know not one of those names.
No. I'm going. This article claims this is a big collaboration.
Yeah.
The movie follows Cage as the notorious criminal Hero. So he's a criminal called Hero.
Oh God Almighty!
He's sent to rescue an abducted woman who has disappeared into a dark supernatural universe. They must break the evil curse that binds them and escape the mysterious revenants that rule the Ghostland. It's an East meets West vortex of beauty and violence, and the movie's potential is incredible.
Nice.
Its potential to be incredible is confirmed. Nicolas Cage has already praised the script, claiming it is unlike anything I've ever read before. It might be the wildest movie I've ever made, and that's saying something.
I was just about to say, if that's coming from...
more.
If that's coming from Nick Cage himself, like, this is going to be wild. Sorry, what's the name of the movie again? What Hero?
Prisoners of the Ghostland.
Oh, but he plays someone called Hero?
Hero, yeah. He's a notorious criminal.
Prisoners of the Ghostland. That's fantastic news, Dee. That's great.
And Chris, as if you weren't excited enough, this is from Nick Cage himself. I wear a skin-tight black leather jumpsuit with grenades attached to different body parts. And if I don't rescue the governor's daughter from this state line where they're all ghosts and bring her back, they're going to blow me up.
Oh my days. That
skin tight? Leather?
Yeah, you had me at skin tight, Dee. You had me at Nick Cage, let's be real. But, I mean, you throw in skin tight, grenades, rescue mission. It's shaping up to be a good 2021, D.
It sounds like a Suicide Squad kind of thing. You got a criminal with like a bomb in him that has to do what they tell him, or they'll blow up. Sounds like that.
I got
to see Nicolas Cage in the Suicide Squad, just FYI.
Yeah, I got my fill of Nick Cage this week. I watched a movie with him in
it. Very good. What did you watch?
I watched The Frozen Grounds. You ever heard of it? It's a detective thriller with Nicolas Cage and John Cusack. True story about a serial killer in Alaska who was killing prostitutes. And our boy Nick Cage plays a retiring detective. He's only got 2 more weeks on the force, D. And his experience
before retirement.
His experience is called upon to stop the killer, in this case John Cusack, before he strikes again. Also starring Vanessa Hudgens, which you may know from High School Musical, and 50 Cent also makes a cameo role in it. It's an okay movie. Do you know what I was thinking of? The best way to describe it is, do you know the way movies kind of go, like you have your start, your intro, and the movie kind of starts to rise, and then it kind of balances out, and then like midway through you might get something that maybe piques your interest another bit, and then it balances out again, and then the big finale of the climax. So this movie peaks very early and then just flatline the whole way. Right to the end. And then
it's not what you want.
And then it kind of just ends. I mean, it's typical Nick Cage movie, you know. There's nothing overly exciting. It's a good watch, but it was just to get some Nick Cage in. It had been a while. So
that's fair. Yeah. So like if it's on, watch it, but don't seek this thing out, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. Or if you've ran out of things to watch, this might be a good one just to flick on. And there's a couple of really tense moments and a couple of cool scenes in it. I'm not a big fan of John Cusack the best it is, but yeah, it's okay. It's just okay.
Is he a convincing serial killer, John Cusack?
Yes, he is. He's very convincing. Yeah, very much so.
Okay, well that's fair. Well, that's good. At least I have that going for them.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't have any other news. We've caged
I was
the
just
beast.
about to say, thank you so much. Yeah, so much for that news. That's great news. Nick Cage in skin tight black suit. Jesus, I can't wait for this. Our Lord and Savior Nicky C. You enjoying that water?
Yeah, it's good water.
Yeah. You got to stay hydrated.
Strawberry and raspberry.
Oh,
Didn't even know that.
Winning combination, D. Yeah.
It is.
Okay, before we jump into our main topic, I guess we could do this one more time before the year's out. Huge thank you to everybody who listens to the podcast, who watches the podcast. May we be so bold as to ask you that if you are watching the video version over at youtube.com and you are not subscribed to the channel, to please do so. Please hit that big subscribe button. If you want to find us again in the future, if you want to get updates about when the new episodes come out, click that little bell, that little notification bell. You'll be notified. Empty Promise have just released another banging episode, and it would help us out tremendously.
Every week,
every single week. If you are listening to us somewhere where you can give us a rating, be your rating system in the form of a thumbs up or stars, or I don't know how the rating system works on other platforms, Steve, but they're the two most popular. We would be forever grateful that you give us a rating that you see fit. And this is the other big thing. If you're listening, especially on Apple Music, and you can leave us a review, a couple of word review, whether you like the show and things like that, that would help us out tremendously with climbing the podcast ranks. Now, we're going to make a big push on this kind of stuff next year, but we just want to say a massive thank you to everybody who has tuned in this year. We hope this final podcast finds you well, and thank you all for your love and support. You can find the social side of the podcast on Twitter and Instagram. Search for the handle Empty Promise Podcast. That's where you can get in touch with us with questions, queries, and comments. We're also on Facebook under the same handle, or you can get in contact through our email, which is the
email. God, do we have an email?
I think we have one. We had one anyway.
Oh no, it's emptypromisepodcast@gmail.com.
Beautiful. And we are getting ready to jump into the awards show. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the Empty Promise Awards 2020. D is your host, and I am the guy alongside him.
Hey everybody, welcome. It's gonna be a good show. We got nominees and we got categories, and that's all you gotta see.
Where do you want to start? Because you have the same list as I do, so if you want to call out one to start with, then we can just jump in from there. You call out one, I'll call out one. We'll all fucking call out one.
It's a handwritten list, guys. This is the pinnacle of preparation. We would have a little gold card. Actually, you know what? Fuck this. Oh, here.
Oh, what are you going to do?
1 second, Chris.
I think I know what you're going to do, and I love it.
Damn it. I don't think I have.
No, you do. You do have it. Believe and you will achieve, D. Makes no sense right now.
What am I going to do?
All I smell is red monster. Sorry about the delay to the audio, folks. I'm going to keep you entertained while D looks for whatever he's looking for.
Yeah, I can't do it. All I have is this one, which has like my notes written on it, but this was going to be the envelope, and then I was going to...
I love it.
And the winner is,
let's do that. That's perfect. Absolutely brilliant.
But Chris, it's got my nominees written on it.
This is a big thing.
Good. It's a big thing. I could have got a gold print. I could have written Empty Promise Podcast on. I could have done all those things. Didn't do any of it. Do you want to know why? It's the Empty Promise Podcast. That's why.
It's a fucking Empty Promise Podcast, right? Okay. So we don't have an envelope to open.
No.
Okay.
We also don't have... it wouldn't work out because we haven't agreed on the answer yet.
Yes, that's very true. That's very true.
It's fine.
Okay. You call out the first category, and we can jump into the discussion for that one. And then
do you want me to go in order, or do you want me to go random?
I think go random. I mean, it's up to you. You can go in order if you want, whatever one you think.
Okay. This is the one I thought I was going to struggle with. So let's get this one straight out of the way.
Mm-hmm.
The best choking moment on pod. I guess that means.
That's great.
So the biggest fuck up, basically.
Yep. Biggest fuck up.
To put it in polite terms, it's the biggest fuck up.
Yeah. Or literal choking. I've choked on pod a few times.
I've choked multiple times on podcasts.
Exactly.
Mid-sentence and I just went... like,
exactly. The one that springs to mind for me there is when we had Uncle Gav out in the show and I decided to try to inhale a cupcake and just died.
Yep. That was... Yep.
Yeah. I don't know why.
I'm not sure that's in the intro for that episode. Or
I think so, yeah. It was a clip anyway, I think, yeah.
Yeah, that was a pretty good one, actually. To be fair, I don't know what your decision making was when you were like halfway in, because I could see you were you're gonna take a bite, and then I think because of the conversation had started, you're like, right, I'm gonna just inhale this so I can get back into the conversation. But that had the complete opposite effect.
That was exactly it. And then what happened was, whenever like a single crumb just goes down the wrong windpipe and it tickles, and that was it. It was game over at that point. There was no coming back. I think last week was a pretty choky moment for me as well. I had a nice Dyatlov pass roundup ready to go, and I had lost the page entirely, and I just had to stammer my way through it.
It's a good minute and a half of like, 1 second.
Yeah. Did you think of anything different, or were you thinking of anything?
No, in general, I was just thinking of like all of the times where, like, even in this episode was a good example of trying to read out some of those words. I can't even remember them.
Yeah,
but like,
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, endlessly it's happened.
We had I know this isn't this year, but we had back in episode 5 of the podcast, we did
it's 4 fucking years ago. Of course, it's not this year.
we did. I don't know if you call it a choking moment. You can go back. I might try to. I'll try to clip it maybe and put it up as a clip this week. But it was me and yourself and Paddy McCartney, and we started late for this episode, and it was the news. And I know we always come back to this, but I started reading out one of the news topics and burst into a fit of laughter and couldn't continue with it. And then you had to take over, and me and Paddy were just wetting ourselves laughing. It was to do with an earthquake that killed thousands in like Japan. Right.
Yeah.
And just lost our shit. I couldn't help. I just a fit of laughter. That's all it was.
Just not a funny thing at all. It was just a horrible thing.
No. That was another choking moment. Or we did like a game one time where we had to name video games through the alphabet, like A, B, C, D, in as quick a time as we could. And that just turned into
14 minutes.
It was a fucking train wreck. Yeah. That was horrible. So
we should redo that one.
Yeah.
We should redo that one, that game at some point.
Yeah. This year, I think for me, choking moment, I'm happy to say whenever I tried to inhale a cupcake.
Oh, that's a no-brainer, I think. That one was hilarious.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
Especially because we had 2 other people there to enjoy that moment. That made it all the more special,
Looking back on it, watching the video, it was your face while you watched me try to inhale a cupcake.
I was just so shocked.
Oh, good times. God, this is going to be fun. I like these nominations, man. These are good times. Okay, so favorite choking moment is
Chris Callahan.
Yeah, Chris Cupcake. I'm writing down. Insert really bad audience applause here. Okay. Let's see. I'll give us. Let's go with best film watched 2020. D. We talk every week about different films that we've watched and what we've seen. For you, what is the best film that you've watched? Now, this doesn't have to necessarily be a film that came out in 2020.
Yeah, that's kind of a necessity because I don't think anything came out in 2020 because of fucking pandemic. I mean, a few things definitely did, but like not much.
Did you ever get round to seeing Tenet?
Nope.
No. Okay,
it came out. Yeah, I did not see it.
No. I'm trying to think of the best film I've seen this year. Oh, goodness.
My early shortlist is Zodiac.
Ooh.
That's one of the films that kind of made a real strong impression on me this year.
I enjoyed Zodiac. Yeah, I definitely enjoyed it. I'm trying to think of... I watched a film this week that is definitely up there. It's one of my favorites, but I watched 10 Cloverfield Lane this week for the first time.
Oh, yeah, it's a good film.
Thoroughly enjoyed that movie, actually, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think to like earlier on in the year, because I went through a phase of just, well, I think everybody did in the world, where just Netflix or Amazon Prime was just hit near enough every single day. Let me think. Best film. So I suppose we can't talk series. No.
Nope. It's films, Chris.
God damn.
See, I didn't watch a lot of films this year at all.
I watched a lot of series. Yeah, I caught up in a lot of my series. Jesus.
I did not watch a lot of films.
I'm
trying to go back a little earlier in the year to see if I must have watched films earlier in the year. But
see, I'm trying to think like January, February time before lockdown even happened. What was I watching around then? Was that El Camino, or was that last year?
That was last year, yeah. Or even the year before. Like, that's old, man.
Holy fuck, man. I am losing so much of my time. Best film. I'm sure there's people sitting listening now that's like, oh, well, no, because there was nothing came out. Yeah. So if you're listening now, I'd love to know what your films of the year were, for sure.
It doesn't have to be a 2020 film. Like, it could be A Wonderful Life, you know, if it's the first time you've ever watched it.
Yeah, exactly. There's definitely something, and I remember being like, holy shit, that was freaking awesome. And I can't remember what it is. Or what it was. A couple, one that was very good actually was, do you know what I might put up as one of my, because it's definitely one of the best film experiences I've had, is Hush. I told you to watch Hush. Yeah. I don't know if you've seen it yet.
You did. Nope, I have not.
Hush is definitely up there as a nomination for me. That film fucking really surprised me as how good it actually was. I was one where I was properly like shouting at the TV screen, which doesn't happen very often, but that's definitely up there. I went through like a kind of scary phase around Halloween, around October time, and I'm trying to think back to all the creepy ones I watched. I got a lot of recommendations this year, D. I'm not sure I followed through on too many of them.
No, I have not.
Yeah, what do you got to put down as your movie of the year?
I think it's Zodiac. Like,
Zodiac.
The only really big ones I've watched this year was Zodiac. Was like the one that I was like, fuck, because I got invested in that. I started reading into it. I'm gonna get the book and read into it and all. Like other films I watched, like sort of like they're all like like handy wee films. Like
exactly.
Game Night. I think I watched. I watched a couple of comedy. Like I rewatched a lot of like silly comedy movies.
Yeah, like I mean, I rewatched like the entire Lord of the Rings and Hobbit trilogies, and like Lord of the Rings will always be up there as like some of my favorite movies. But I'm not going to put it down as the best film I watched this year because it's always going to be up there. Yeah. I think I'll probably give it to Hush, maybe, because it's one that's properly standing out in my head. Yeah, my film of the year 2020 is Hush.
Okay,
I think yeah.
I haven't seen Hush, but I'll.
And what is yours? Zodiac.
I'll go on Zodiac.
Perfect. Yeah. Okay, well there we go. There's our two best films of the year watched. Hush and Zodiac. Not bad.
Did Spider-Man come out this year? Was it last year? It was last year as well.
Last year, yeah. And I still haven't watched
Spider-Verse.
Yeah, and I know it's there, and I know I'll probably really enjoy Netflix, it too. Yeah, fuck.
It's tremendous.
Yeah,
it would be if I had watched it this year, it would hands down be film of the year.
God damn.
So yeah,
I know
that goes in the honorable mention category.
I know I'm gonna leave this podcast and be like, oh shit, I missed so many movies that like I watched. But
this is why we should prepare, but we never do.
Yeah, but we don't. You want to head up the next nomination?
Category, and the category is. Let's go for one of the analytic ones.
Okay.
Let's go with the most supportive city of 2020.
Oh, I enjoy this.
Because I know some of these are surprising.
Yes. So I've tried now for like the past, must be at least 10 weeks, to every Friday, Saturday or Sunday put up our analytics for the week on our Instagram page so that people can see whereabouts like their cities are ranking and who's listened to us the most, things like that. So if you've been keeping track with them there, thank you. And obviously that's where I'll continue to post the analytics. But we now have the yearly analytics. So from we started back in January to now, the best we have the top cities and the top countries listened to the Empty Promise podcast. How do you wish I do this, Dee? Would you like me to count down, or would you like me just to go out and give you the tops?
Yeah, give us a countdown.
Okay, do you want to go, what do you want? Top 3, 5, 10?
Top 5. Go top 5.
Top 5.
Why not?
Top 5. Do you want countries and cities, yeah?
Yeah, just if it's not obvious, where the city is.
Okay. So top 5 countries are France.
Already see. Sorry, they're separate. Okay.
Yeah, sorry.
Proceed.
Yeah. Top 5 countries listening to the Empty Promise podcast this year were France in 5th. In 4th, we have our mates down under in Australia.
G'day.
And then with a big jump then from 4th to 3rd, would you believe India is our 3rd most listened to country.
It's one of the most populous countries in the world.
Number 2 are our friends across the water in the US of A. And number 1 is our home fans in the United Kingdom, making up the most of our listens, making up 36.9% of our listens this year. Were the United Kingdom. Now, Here we go. Our top 5 cities. Number 5, we have Belfast City. Yeah. Number 4, we have Newry City. Yeah. Number 3, we have Paris. Gay Paris. That's so nice.
Paris.
That's so nice because they whoever is listening in Paris have been there week in, week out, and they've yet to get in touch with us and let us know who they are. But thank you so much, Paris.
That's fine. I love the silent support.
Number 2 is good old Armagh City. Yeah,
that's the winner right there, boys.
Yeah. And number 1, our top listened city of this year, D, is London.
Genuine surprise.
Yeah, London City coming in top of our listens.
That's class.
That's incredible. Yep. Thank you so much, London.
Did not think we would. I did not think we'd be received well in London.
Well, there you go. Neither did I. But
not that would say anything about Belfast, Armagh, and Newry.
Yeah,
because we are received well there. But
this is it, D. I mean, I've seen in our analytics for the past maybe 5 or 6 weeks, I was telling you last week, that there's a little town up in Yorkshire that are just creeping in, and they've been listening to us every single week. And I'm like, well, there you go. We're just being heard everywhere, you know? It's so nice. It's so fucking awesome. Nice. Some honorable mentions for the countries listened to are Canada, New Zealand, Netherlands, Greece, Finland, Germany, Ireland, Russia, Mexico, Sweden, Spain, South Africa, and the Philippines.
Ireland being so low is kind of surprising as well. We're not well received down south.
Not down south. No, we wouldn't be.
What's the deal?
Unless we change up our accents a little bit, D, and kind of talk a bit more like that there on the podcast.
I mentioned the fucking Garda today. Like that's on.
Yeah. That's got to win brownie points for us. You know, next week. And some honourable mentions for the top cities. Ipswich, Londonderry, Nottingham, Sydney, Melbourne, Boston, Lethbridge, Bristol, Malton, Athens, Auckland, Los Angeles, and Conroe. Thank you all for your unwavering support.
Thank you, Malton.
This year. It has been such... thank you, Malton. Malton's showing up. Helsinki as well. Corpus Christi. Where's Corpus Christi?
Oh, it's Texas. Corpus Christi, Texas. Pretty sure it is, yeah.
I always thought Corpus Christi. I don't know why. I thought it was Brazil. So wrong.
I mean, it could be. I mean, it doesn't just... Corpus Christi is just like Latin for something Christ, isn't it?
Yeah. But, look at... seeing the analytics every single week is so nice, and getting to see that we are actually listened to all over the world is just phenomenal. It's crazy to think. Like, I never would have thunk back whenever we did this podcast just in our little studio in Killygola D that there would be people all over the world on a weekly basis listening to what we have to say. It's so humbling and it's so nice, and it's absolutely insane. So thank you all for your support this year. It has been the best year for us by far, and we hope to see you all next year. Goodbye and God bless.
Brian Bushy Tails. What a way to end the podcast.
Thank you.
Halfway through it.
Most supportive city was London. Thank you, London.
Corpus Christi means body of Christ. Body of Christ.
Body of Christ, Texas. Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Where are we going to next, D? Where are we going to next? I'm enjoying this. I'm so enjoying this.
Let me see here.
We should do awards every week.
We should. Just the same awards. We just give it to a different thing every week because we misremember it every time.
Yeah.
Oh, here's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
Favorite meal of 2020.
Oh, D, you dirty dog, throwing that one in.
We're getting into the heavy stuff, the serious stuff. This is
the serious stuff. Oh, fuck me, D. Okay.
It's heavy, like it's such a big one. Maybe I should have left this for later, should I?
Oh, no, fuck no.
It's good.
It's better just to rip off the Band-Aid, just jump in with the meals. Holy shit. Have you been thinking about this? Is this something you've been...
I have a good idea of what is going to be my winner, I think. Like, and it was almost immediate to me. I can remember it vividly to this day. I know it happened this year, but you know what I mean?
See, there's been with restrictions and stuff starting so soon in the year, it's been hard to kind of go anywhere for food.
Exactly.
So does yours come from like the very start of the year before restrictions were in place?
No, it came in middle of the year during Eat Out to Help Out.
Oh fuck!
Period.
That's brilliant. That's so nice that's done then. Okay, I have one. Jesus.
I mean, there's bound to be a short list here because there's been some serious meals consumed. This year.
Yeah. Okay, I've got a couple in mind. Yeah, I've got a couple. Okay. Do you want to fire away?
Well, for a couple honourable mentions, I guess.
Yes. I think honourable. Yeah.
The first McDonald's after it reopened was a treat.
Was it good?
It hit the spot. I was pleasantly surprised. We waited for... Well, we didn't actually wait that long, but you had to have your wait in because everyone was like just steaming. Just the drive-through line was so long, but you had to earn it. It felt like you had to earn it. Mm-hmm. Just big shout out to Domino's this year. Been consuming them like nothing ordinary.
Nice. It's been
I've been treating myself. I've been locked up. Okay.
You have to do. You need to keep the mind right, and there's no better way to keep the mind right than with some dough, marinara sauce, cheese, and some kind of Italian meat.
Just carbohydrates and fat, really, in vast quantities.
Yeah,
it was good. I think that's it.
Okay.
In terms of like honorable mentions, my winner was almost immediately to my mind, right?
Okay. Now, is this? Are we talking purely for the taste of the food, or is it the whole experience, or what are we talking?
The whole experience,
good.
The whole thing.
That's what I want to hear.
Melds together.
Good. Fucking terrific.
So it was obviously we had a lockdown at the start of the year. There was like a break in the middle of the summer, so it was kind of a senseless thing to do. In retrospect, considering we're now locked down pretty hard again now. But UK and Northern Ireland, we were told that's fine. Go out. There's restrictions in place, but you can go back out. Restaurants are open and blah blah blah. And they initiated this Eat Out to Help Out scheme, so to help like restaurants and like small businesses get back on their feet. We try and encourage people to actually go out and eat in them. They offered like £10 off per person.
Yeah.
Like up to a maximum. So I was going out with Laura, so we were getting £20 off our meal.
Yeah.
Or wherever we went, pretty much.
Yeah.
And we went to I think we availed of this offer in 3 different places.
Okay.
But the one that just like completely blew me away, everything was just top drawer.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I forget the name of it, the restaurant. They mean steps in Italian. If we have any Italian listeners, please give me the word for steps.
Okay. Do you want me to get it for you?
Oh, I got it here now. It's not steps in Italian. Is it stairs in Italian?
I think I briefly remember you mentioning this.
Oh, I'm bound to have done it because it was delicious. Scalini is what I want to say.
Scalini?
Yeah.
Okay.
Scalini. It is. It's Scalini. I should have went with my gut, Chris.
Scalini.
So it's an Italian restaurant in Belfast on Botanic Street. It's a sister restaurant of Villa Italia.
Okay.
So if you've been to Villa Italia, it's very similar. We went in. I got a carbonara and a margarita pizza.
Nice.
To kind of share between me and Laura.
Yeah.
The carbonara was just amazing. Like, I'm a massive fan of carbonara.
You are. Yes, you are.
I'm a connoisseur
Yeah.
of the carbonara.
Yeah.
This one blew me away.
Really?
Now, part of that had to be because it's been so long since I've actually went out to a restaurant to eat it, right? That has to be part of it. But, like, just on its own, like, just taken by itself, like, this thing was delicious. This thing was amazing.
Wow.
It just had that taste, like, once you had it in your mouth, and it was almost like you were taking an addictive drug.
Oh, nice.
It just gives you, like, a dopamine hit immediately.
Wow.
And it lined your mouth with that, like, creamy sauce. Your whole mouth, your taste buds were just overwhelmed with it. And I was just like, oh my god, every bite of this is just delectable.
Oh my goodness.
And then the pizza on the side, just to kind of like...
Yeah, break it up a wee bit.
A palate cleanse between bites.
Palate cleanse with a nice margarita.
Yeah. So I can come back in just for that, like, pure rush of, like, concentrated flavour. Oh my god, it was amazing. And just... because of the lockdown and this being one of our first times back at a restaurant, the experience was just, credit to the staff and everything. The experience was awesome, and it just hit the spot in so many different ways. In getting back out and then just really good food.
Yeah, of
and
course.
Then we took the leftovers of the pizza home, and then the following day I had the cold leftovers, and even that was like top drawer.
Well,
so,
I mean, cold pizza. Who doesn't like cold pizza?
Couldn't fault. Oh, here's a shout out for you. Cold Chinese.
Yeah.
Don't knock it till you've tried it. I was not a believer, but I've come around.
I'm normally a reheat Chinese type of guy. I'll whip it back on the pan or the wok for 10 minutes. Get a bit of heat back through,
Fucking chuck her in the microwave, man. But,
right. Yeah.
But, see, chicken balls? You probably haven't had them in a very long time, but...
Yeah.
Cold chicken balls,
I
think are better than regular chicken balls. Guys.
Wow!
Don't at me in the chat.
I tell you what. Little funny side story about chicken balls. I remember it was around this time of year, perhaps a little later, maybe January time, years and years ago. Myself and Dee and a couple of friends of ours went out to make a veal of the £2 drinks night in our local in Katy. It was known as McGleenan's. Everybody went there on a Friday night, and everybody made complete asses of themselves for £2 drinks, and it was terrific. It was a gay old time. It was a lovely time to be alive. And I remember one night in particular, Dee, we left this fine establishment and we went to the Chinese next door, and we picked up a couple of bags of chicken balls each, and we started to make the sullen and cold walk back out to Derrynews from Katy to our friend Patrick McKenna's house, where we were going to spend the night. Now it is a long walk at the best of days. Oh yeah. And it was cold.
It snowing or something?
There was snow and there was slush all over the road. And now you're in clothes for going out, so these aren't the most thermogenic clothes to be wearing. But anyway, our story
thermogenic.
Yeah. Our story begins and ends before we even leave Katy Street, because as we were tucking into our delicious chicken balls, a friend of ours, Liam Mulligan, who we've mentioned on the podcast before, happened to take a bite into a chicken ball that had no chicken in it. Ooh. And the instant hit of just pure fat, I remember, turned his stomach so badly that I'm pretty sure, now forgive me, Liam, if this was not the case, but I'm pretty sure he had to throw up almost immediately from the no chicken ball that graced and lined his stomach there and then. And that is one of my best memories with chicken balls, because we were all walking, just tucking into these chicken balls. He was slightly behind us. He tucked into a chicken ball that was nothing but fat.
Got no chicken.
And
it's not a good. I mean, it has to be a good batter because it's a good meal. But yeah. It's like getting it's like the opposite of getting a Malteser that's all chocolate, or is that what it is? No. What's the thing you get that's all chocolate? It's normally crisp in the middle, like an M&M? Maybe? I don't know.
Maybe. Oh, I know what you're talking about, but now I can't think of it.
Yeah, there's something where you get like all chocolate and they're like, yeah, what a win.
Yeah.
It's like an M&M and there's no peanut or crisp in the inside, it's just all chocolate. Although there's chocolate M&M, so I don't even know why that's a thing.
Yeah.
There's something else I'm forgetting.
But the peanut around a chocolate peanut a chocolate M&M. The chocolate around a peanut M&M is different from the chocolate in all chocolate M&Ms. Anyway, that was a fun little story about chicken balls, and I don't know why that came into my head, but I'm glad that you enjoyed your Scalini.
Scalini was the winner there. Shout out to the takeaway industry just in general for.
I can't necessarily think I didn't eat out worth a damn this year, to tell you the truth. A couple of places come to mind, but I think
if I do remember correctly, Chris, you did not frequent a place that was not great but not bad. Solid food all around.
But I am not going to put Bubba Drew's into the best the best place. Yeah, as Uncle Gav once stated, I go to bed with Bubba Drew's. No, we went for my sister's Holy Communion to Donegal, and there's a lovely place they opened up in Donegal. You know the area because you've been down before with us. Right opposite, the shop we used to walk to get ice cream and stuff? Right opposite it, they've opened up a lovely little cafe and restaurant called the Mill Wheel? No. The Pinwheel? No. The Mill? I can't think of the name of it now. Something. Anyway, we went there the day after her Holy Communion because we stayed up in Donegal that night. We had a Chinese and stuff, which was obviously very, very nice. But the food out of this place was absolutely incredible. It was just breakfast food again, but I think the level that they went to with making sure that we were all comfortable and seated together, and then they obviously offered myself and my sister a vegan menu. They had terrific breakfast shakes and smoothies and things on the go. There was pancakes, American breakfast. There was traditional Irish breakfast. There was everything you could imagine. There was baked goods, tray bakes, the whole lot. And it was a really, really, really nice experience. So I think I'm going to put that up there as probably my number one, I think. Just for the actual experience. Because like I said, I didn't have too much outstanding food this year. One meal that was quite outstanding though was Margot in Belfast. I was recommended it by a friend I used to work with. I went there over the New Year period, and I had without doubt the best vegan tofu curry I've ever had, hands down. It was absolutely out of this world. Actually, I tell you what, that could be my number one.
My God.
Yeah. It was a Thai red curry with tofu, and it was fucking delicious, dude. Actually, yeah, that is number one. Yeah, that is number one.
My God, poor Donegal will meal got
slaughtered
in the end.
Sorry, but that's mine. Margot's vegan tofu curry will definitely get my support. There we go.
Belfast coming up trumps, Chris.
Yeah. Sorry that took so long to get to, but a couple of little stories, little tangents. It's the vegan last episode of the year, Go big or go home.
Under an hour podcast, no bother.
I'll pick, let me see. I guess I'll go with Best Guest 2020.
Oh, yeah, because they were numerous, the guests.
I was thinking about this myself. I don't think we had a guest.
We had Gav, the main man, more.
We had Uncle Gav. And
Uncle Gav.
That was it.
He's your brother, Aaron.
Oh, well, I wouldn't class Aaron as a guest to the podcast.
Yeah.
Like, he just makes appearances now and then,
He's like a recurring character.
Yeah. But I think because we only had one guest this year, which we will rectify in 2021 for sure. You wanted more guests. We're bringing the guests on. They're coming thick and fast. Don't worry. But I think
promise.
are we happy enough to announce that our best guest 2020 was the main man?
Yep, I think so.
Good. Happy days. Thank you, main man. I've been the best guest.
Canned applause. And your plaque will be sent.
Look. I don't want to take away from it, saying that because he was the only guest. Even if he hadn't have been the only guest, that was still a fucking terrific episode.
Oh, absolutely.
And for a lot of people, especially those who haven't come on to like either a podcast before or are with us, like, or met us before, to just jump into that and to be able to bind in with our level of humor and how we do things. It just, everything worked so well for that episode, and it was an absolute pleasure to get through that one, and especially talking about local stories. I thought that was just a really, really good episode. So,
but once again, we'll mention that he was in fact the only. Yes. No harm, Gav. You'll have it back on 2021 for sure.
Oh, for sure.
Cool.
Right, where do you want to go?
Most dedicated listener.
Oh, fuck. I don't.
You wrote it down, Chris, so you have to have an answer.
No. I don't.
Because it could be Gav, the main man, again. Because you're the one who always gets the correspondence from the listeners, and I see a lot of forwarded chats from Big Gav.
No. I don't know. No, confidential. You know what I mean?
So I've seen videos and shit from him. Holy shit! Sure, he was on fucking quoting us. On that episode, he was quoting ourselves back to us, and I was like, "What the fuck?" That was trippy.
I mean, yeah, he's definitely one of the top listeners of our podcast, without that we know of course, that we know of. There's been a lot of correspondence with people this year, D.
Oh, well, that's good.
Yeah, go ahead.
Michelle Callan.
Yeah,
I see
up there.
I see a lot of likes, comments, questions.
Constantly liking, constantly commenting, constantly throwing questions. Dude, it's fucking hard to pick. I mean, Jolly Bearded Promotions gets in contact with us quite regularly. Shawnee McLaughlin has been sending us questions. Dale Byrne, DLB Fitness, has been sending us a lot of questions and comments and likes the shit that we put on our story. Ariane Davis likes our stuff all the time. Constant listener of the podcast.
Is this where we cheese out and just go like,
no,
best listener of the podcast is
everyone. Everyone.
You,
no,
the listener.
We need to make a we need to make a definite decision. I think personally, based on likes, based on listens, based on correspondence each and every week, I think Michelle Callahan gets it this year.
I would agree with that.
Happy.
That was one of my inklings. Constantly
big fan of the show. Giving us tips, sends us like little tidbits that we've used for news, constantly spreading our messages and things like that. And yeah, I mean, like I said, there's been a lot of you who have been in touch, don't get me wrong, and we are so fucking grateful for that support each and every week. And a lot of new people who are just getting in touch with us too, and we hope that 2021 we see a lot more of you. But I think Michelle takes it this year for sure.
Yep, Michelle, you're the one.
Most dedicated listener.
Get the count of applause going.
Fantastic.
Get a gift voucher for the Empty Promise merch coming your way.
Yeah, I'll tell you what though, my sister actually had potential to be up there as one of our top listeners. At the start of the year when she was getting ready for exams, like from like December last year right through to like March when it hit, she was listening to us on the weekly in school all the time, catching up with all our episodes, was constantly giving me things. COVID hit and the podcast just went down the drain.
Crap.
She openly admits
Did she do well?
Though, so.
Did she do well in her exams?
Yeah, she's like she actually got awarded last night. There's a shout out to her. She got awarded last night for top performing English student and top performing religion student last year.
Get the canned applause.
Yeah, she did phenomenally.
This is a bigger award ceremony than we've had.
She did phenomenally in her A-levels. Yeah.
You know what spurred that on? What brought that level of excellence?
Yeah.
It was listening to Empty Promise podcast.
It fucking was, D. You know, it was, of course it was.
It's not conclusive, but I mean, all of the evidence is there. It's very simple to see the link.
Yeah.
There's one very clear, obvious link between that level of success.
Yeah.
It's the problem with the podcast. But yeah, congratulations.
I don't know if I ever sent you the picture, but during one of her exams, I'll send you the picture later, one of her essays that she was writing, she was writing, I think it was to do with
you did send me this picture
with Pope John Paul or something, and you can see in her writing, I might actually post this later actually, this is a great picture, and she was listening to our podcast and you were actually talking about favorite gifts for Christmas, And you actually talked about a Batman scooter that you had once got. And you can just see in her essay, it's Pope John Paul, blah, 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 on a Batman scooter. And she didn't realize it. And then she fucking sent me a picture of it. And I think that's fucking brilliant.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
You have to love it. You have to love it.
I'll post that later. What was that? Where were we going with that one? Sorry.
Best listener.
Michelle.
Honorable mentions, I guess?
Yeah. Honorable mentions. Yeah, sorry about that. Ready for the next award?
Yeah.
Some cracking awards here, dude.
You gonna shout this out or shall I?
Oh, yeah, I can shout this out. Let's go for, what about funniest moment on podcast?
Oh, that's a big one.
It's a
funniest
huge one,
moment on pod.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's hard though because there's so many funny moments.
I'm trying to think.
Podcast.
Was there any that would just stand out that I properly like laughing?
Gloss your shit.
Yeah. There's been you see, I normally find them when I'm scrubbing through the video and then I make clips of them, but there's I know when we first came back, I think it could have been the Loch Ness episode maybe. I think there was one in that.
Oh, PD Particles?
It could have been
Remember
PD Particles, yeah. It could have been something like that.
PD Particles?
Yeah, I tell you, do you know what it was?
Like that.
It's normally your reaction to what I say, and you're just kind of flabbergasted, and you're kind of like, "What did you just say?" That's when I'll lose my shit because I'm just like, "Yeah, okay, this is what I did." It's never like news or something that happened. It's always just like, boom, like we're just having a conversation, and then so you're just like, "What?" That's normally when I lose my shit. I can't really remember offhand straight up funny moments. You know? Can you?
There were a lot of funny moments as well. Now we keep circling back, but to the episode with Gav.
Yeah.
Having like 4 people around the table was just like there was just more potential. Like there was just more kindling, I guess you could say, for like funny moments.
Exactly.
For people to say silly things.
Do you know what stands out to me as one of the, I guess you call it a funny moment looking back on it, but at the time we were so cocksure. Urban Legends, you, me, and Aaron were sitting in your kitchen, and we went off on like a 10-minute tangent about potatoes and how they were the god food.
Yeah,
That
I mean,
to me,
you could say it's funny, but it's not. It's just straight up facts.
It's straight up facts,
You know what I mean?
but the fact that we just completely lost ourselves with the potato. When I was editing the clip for that, like myself and Aaron were wetting ourselves at the fact that we just completely got absorbed into this potato message that we were spreading.
1,000% invested into the potato
the fact that
platform.
It would be like you would name a type of potato dish, and we'd all just be like, of course. And it was just that for 10 minutes, you know? That's all it was. 10 minutes straight of just talking about potatoes. I think that's up there as definitely one of mine for the year.
If you want to catch up on the potato episode of the podcast, you have to actually search for Jack the Ripper. It's a strange title, I know, but it is basically just talked about potatoes in that one.
Yeah. Community questions, I think, might have sparked some funny moments, but we'll get to that.
I think you're right, actually, in what you said. It's normally one of us just saying something, kind of whiffing our way through a sentence and just say something stupid, and then the other picks up on it, and then you're on at that point.
There was an episode we did not too long ago, D. I think it could have been like 4, maybe 5 episodes ago. We were both in the studio, and we both came out of it saying it was probably one of the most enjoyable episodes we did. I forget what it was, but I remember during that, I remember during that there was a whole pile of laughter, and it was just really, really smooth back and forth. That could have been episode 130. No, it wasn't that. It wasn't that. No, I don't have the actual episode here. But yeah, that's definitely up there. I can't think of any more. There's a lot of honorable mentions, as you say. When we had Gav on, when we have anybody on the show, we normally, as you said, there's another dynamic around the table, and that normally produces a lot of laughter.
I think a funny moment with Gav as well was realizing that we fucking both lived in the same house in university.
That's right. Yeah, exactly.
It was more bizarre than anything else. Just
bizarre. And the fact that he had potatoes growing in his cupboard. Again, we circle back around to the potatoes again.
Potatoes can grow anywhere. Yeah, it was beautiful.
I know we had some when we podcast at the start of the year inside. here at my house, but again, I find it difficult to remember them. I should have went back and watched some of the episodes in preparation for this, but we said that we kind of wanted to do it live just to make it more organic. So
true.
I'm sure there's a lot. Choking on a cupcake, I guess, could be considered a funny moment, but
I think the funny one, Chris, you're talking about was High School Memories, Days in Our Lives was potentially that one.
That's exactly what it could have been. Yeah. Yes. Yeah, I know that there was moments in there that we were laughing because we were just reminiscing. I think.
Yeah,
you know?
Exactly. Yeah. Of the good old days. Yeah,
definitely. But yeah, I'm happy to put down funniest moment, I guess, down to the potato discussion.
I would go with that. Yeah.
Happy days. Okay. Potatoes.
Because there's so many to pick from, it would be a futile effort.
Exactly. You want to head us up with the next one?
Sorry, I keep putting my phone away, but
sorry.
It's got all the questions on it. God, we've done a lot of these now already. Let's go with best game, favorite game of 2020.
Oh, okay.
To round these ones out. This could be a spicy one actually, because
I'm not gonna lie, I didn't play a whole pile through 2020. It was more. Sorry, I didn't play a whole pile new through 2020. I mean, The Last of Us was definitely a standout game for me. I think just because of the experience I had playing it, and not even my experience playing it. I played it, finished it, and then 2 or 3 days later, I went back through the entire game with both of my brothers while they were playing it as like an onlooker. I thoroughly enjoyed it. But I think standout game, I know this is going to sound stupid, but during right in the middle of COVID, we took back into Mario Kart tournaments in my house. Mario Kart 8 on the Switch. Like, I'm talking hours every day. Me, all our siblings, just myself, my 2 brothers, my 2 sisters, constantly. We're going for like 200cc all cups Grand Prix multiple times a day, just absolutely dominant, just destroying that game. And they produced some of the, those like when you're all just screaming at the TV. There was a lot of that. Like, I don't know how my parents dealt with the noise for like that whole 2 weeks. Like, it was just constant. We threw some Smash in there as well, but I think Mario Kart is definitely up there as one of my best.
I think that's like a perfect answer right there. Like, yeah, it makes perfect sense.
Just the memories for that for me anyway. I think I had some good memories on Warzone as well when I first started jumping into Warzone, but it got really infuriating really quickly. So Mario Kart it is for me. What about yourself, D?
Mario Kart is an excellent shout, may I just say.
Thank you.
Perfect thing for considering the circumstances of 2020
as
well. Like, for me, like, I had The Last of Us up there as well. It was a good experience. Kind of not the experience I expected. I don't think, you were saying that you went through it again. I don't think I'd ever have like the patience to go through it again.
Yeah, I'm already going through it for a third time.
Really?
Because I was going for the platinum. I got halfway through it, and then it just hit me with that fatigue. I was like, no, I'm done.
So like, I think I would probably see, because what's weird about that game is that I really enjoyed the second half of it.
That's my favorite.
I know a lot of people don't.
That's my favorite part of the game.
Exactly.
Playing as Abby is my favorite part.
I would happily play the second half of that game.
Yep.
As sorry. Your feed just completely like broke there, and like the way you were saying that sentence was like, playing as Abby is my favorite part, but it was like, playing as Abby is my right. But
no,
I could tell that you were actually slowing it down, because you were like, playing as Abby is my favorite part.
Yeah.
You slowed it down so much, it just sounded like you were being such a dickhead. You're like, playing as Abby is my favorite part. Right?
I could have just been having a mini stroke over at this side, but
possibly. I hope you're alright now.
I'm good. Thanks. Thanks. Yeah, I'll power through.
Yeah, exactly what you said. Like, I would play the second half of that game, no bother, if that was the game. But dealing with the first half of it and then the adjustment to the second half of it, I just like it. Just the thought of it, I just like, I'm not gonna bother. Maybe in like a couple of years I'll play like the remastered version if they come out with that. I'm sure they will. But yeah, aside from that, one of like the best experiences playing a game was Ori: Will of the Wisps.
Yeah, I remember you talking to me about this. Yeah.
just made you feel like, it's just so fluid and made you feel so cool doing all these like different moves and stuff. And then Control, which I mentioned as well recently, I just kind of really enjoyed the lore of that game.
Excellent. If you had to pick one of those two though as like your standout as the best game,
I think I got to go with Ori.
Ori
kind of just give me a good experience start to finish. I was very happy.
That's
with it.
terrific, D. I like that. Yeah, it's the experience. It's not necessarily the game itself. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's the experience.
Because I mean, the game I played the most of this year was probably Apex Legends. And behind that was probably The Witcher 3.
Yeah,
I played it again, but I still,
exactly.
It's like kind of like you. I got burnt out on that stuff, like
Yeah.
So yeah, Ori and Mario Kart. Excellent.
Ori and Mario Kart. Yeah.
See, the Game Awards has nothing on us. That should have been the picks.
Okay, D. Let's get back into some more of the analytical side of things. Best podcast topic. This is performance based. Now, again, like I said, I had the stats here for our most listens from. Now we're going from December 21st to December 19th. So from last December to now. Because remember, we finished around this time last year, and then we came back for a couple episodes before lockdown. So, but our top D, I'm thoroughly shocked at. I'm going to give you our top 10 D because this is in terms of our listens globally. So this isn't counting YouTube views now. This is just all audio. Okay, we're just talking audio here.
Yeah.
Top 10. Fantastic Human Feats. Aaron Ralston and Julianne Kopke. Number 10.
That's a good one.
Good episode. Yeah. Number 9. The Hidden Treasure of Forest Fen.
Nice.
Yeah, fantastic episode. Probably one of my favorites. Number 8 was episode 49, the Reddit first dates.
That's not this year.
No, sorry. Apologies. Sorry, I was looking at a different list. Sorry. Sorry. Yes, here we go. Local ghost stories and other tall tales, which was
number 8.
Yep. No, sorry, that's 7. Sorry, that's 7. I don't know why it's thrown in that alone. That's number 7. Local ghost stories and other tall tales, which was our episode with Uncle Gav.
Yep.
Perfect. Then we have the history and mystery of Alcatraz Island.
Oh, that was early in 2020. I'm surprised that one actually
exactly
did
it.
so well.
We have M370, the plane that vanished, conspiracies. And then D, I am going to hit you. Sorry, I don't know why it's throwing in. Oh, no. Yeah, that'll be right. Yeah. I'm going to throw you in our top 3. So let's just jump in. Our top 3 performance-based podcast topics of the year. Number 3, the story of Cannibal Island. Good episode.
That was a heavy one.
Dark, yeah, it was. Yeah. Number 2, Ask Reddit, the Valentine's special.
Really?
Wow. Yeah. Number 2. Yeah. I think once people see Reddit in the title, and then they see not safe for work in the title, that draws a lot of people in.
That's true.
That was the episode, if I'm not mistaken, where you told the story about the guy rubbing his starfish raw, wearing white underwear.
Yeah, I think that's right. Yeah.
And number 1, D, our top performing audio episode of the last year goes to Serial Killers, the Plainfield Butcher, the Ed Gein story.
Ed Gein, man.
Mm-hmm. Ed Gein.
That is surprising, actually.
That is super. Like, to me, D, that is super fucking surprising. Like, there's no way I would have been thinking that got top.
Yeah, the notorious Ed Gein. I mean, it does have appeal because a lot of people have heard of Ed.
Yeah.
Big old Ed.
That's
Ed Gein.
That's insane. Absolutely insane. The Butcher, the Plainfield Butcher, took our top spot this year. Go on ahead.
What's interesting, is if you factor in YouTube, so if you bring in the YouTube views, it actually changes things. Not like super drastically or anything, but
I was going to say that, yeah, because we need to talk a little bit about I was going to call them runners up, but when you take in the YouTube views, I think local tales will definitely shoot right up there.
Yeah, because they got a lot of views specifically on YouTube, and I know a lot of people don't actually listen. Like, a lot of people will actually just watch primarily on YouTube. So, like, I guess that makes sense. But let me just pull up the statistics here for YouTube for the previous 365 days.
Yeah, that'd be great. Yeah, if we get our YouTube analytics as well. Because I was thoroughly shocked. Ed Gein, I didn't think was necessarily a topic that a lot of people would have found interesting. But again, I think it's the title. When you see serial killers, the Plainfield Butcher, you're like, oh shit, this is gonna be a good one. You know?
Yeah. And actually, it gets backed up by YouTube. It's number 4 for the year, 138 views. So it did pretty good.
Okay. Wow. Okay.
But the top 3 in YouTube were number 3, The Forest Fan Treasure, 218 views.
Nice.
Nice.
And
then number 2 will shock everyone because it shocked us.
I think we know
extensively.
Yeah.
This is the story of Jan Balsrud, the Norwegian resistance fighter who's hunted by Nazis.
Yeah, the title of the episode is called Hunted by Nazis.
Hunted by Nazis, yeah. So it has 425 views. It is the second most viewed video of the year on our YouTube channel. And I think, like, if you factor that in, like, that would probably hit top 5
I would imagine
of the year.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right. For number 1 on YouTube, it is Local Ghost Stories, the guest episode with Gav.
Yeah.
And that's like 450 views at the minute. Like, that's
Did we not hit 500 views in that bad boy?
I don't think so, no.
Yeah, which completely like anything on YouTube, anything, even if it gets 10 views on YouTube, we're kind of like, Jesus, like, we're happy with that, because YouTube is never something that we ever really pushed for. We just happened to record the video, so we thought we'll throw it up there, and if people want to watch the podcast, they can. We're primarily interested in our analytics. Not primarily interested, don't get me wrong, like, I feel bad saying that, but we're always more intrigued by our audio and where we're being picked up audio based around the world. Because that's what we're hoping to grow our podcast, I guess. But hearing and seeing those views come through on YouTube is just incredible for us. So thank you all very, very much, those watching the podcast. But best podcast topic, performance based. So we'll go serial killers and we'll go local ghost stories.
Yeah. Ed Gein and Local Ghost Stories. The top
Excellent.
2.
Now, D, let's jump into just the other nomination for favorite podcast topic. We may as well cover this back to back then. So not necessarily the top performing, but I want to hear what your favorite topic of the year was.
So I had a few favorites this year, some really fun ones. The Local Ghost Stories one probably would be like up there just because of the fact it was a guest format. But like, in terms of, I think the question is like favorite topic, like the actual
favorite podcast topic. Yeah.
So, the ones I have down here are, it's probably surprisingly, Barney and Betty Hill.
Wow.
I think it was really interesting. I really enjoyed that one.
Yeah, nice.
The Loch Ness Monster.
Yep. I agree with that.
And Forest Fan. Those are my 3.
Yeah.
That's my short list.
Yeah, that's a great short list. I would agree with you. Definitely Forest Fan is up in my top 3. Betty and Barney Hill, I enjoyed it because I put quite a bit into the research for that one. I really enjoyed just digging real deep in their story.
Yeah, just fascinating stuff.
But I don't think it's up as one of my favorite. I do think it's such a shame that we can't go just a wee bit later than 1 year, because the story of Frank William Abagnale that you brought me, the true story of a real fake, was like the 2nd of December last year, and it's up there as one of my all-time favorite episodes. Just listening to that story was incredible.
It's an awesome one.
Obviously, the Local Ghost Stories I thoroughly enjoyed, and Forest Fan, there was High School Memories for me is definitely up there as one of my favorite podcast topics, because it not only did it bring back a lot of memories, but so many people then who I didn't actually realize listened to our podcast started getting in touch and being like, "Hey, I remember this in school," and I'm like, "Oh shit!" A lot of people actually, remember this shit and listen to our podcast, and it was super nice to hear it and to see it. Was Epstein at the start of this year? because I enjoyed Epstein.
Shit. I can't even remember how he went. He died.
I think it was the start
It was
of it.
last year.
Was it? I thought it was January, February time.
That's the research we put in, mate.
Look, it's the research. Yeah, it's the research that we do. I think that makes the topics either a favorite or a flop for me. To be honest, some topics are
No
different.
flops. No flops.
Yeah,
they're all hits.
Some topics are really, really fun to cover. Others, like, I love the story of the Bermuda Triangle and the stuff that you brought me. I thoroughly enjoyed. But to me, when I was trying to research it, I was just like, I wasn't getting into it. You know what I mean? Until we sat down and discussed it. You know that kind of way?
Yep.
I'm not saying it's a bad episode. It's just one of them ones where I was like, okay.
Oh, it's a good episode. Go check it out. Listen to the episode. It's good.
But yeah, top for me, I think Forest fan, definitely.
Yeah, I'll definitely agree with that. I think it was just like such a fascinating story. Like,
yeah,
and it captured the imaginations of our listeners.
We didn't do Dyatlov this year, didn't we? Not. No, that was like a year or two ago.
No, we did update on Dyatlov.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
And Epstein was November of last year. So
Fuck.
Just on the borderline.
On the cusp.
Just on the cusp.
We only have a few more to go, D. Do you want to call out another one for us?
Yeah, do we have? We don't even have a whole pile.
No.
So we've done that.
Let me see. Thank you to everybody who's listening to our award ceremony this year.
We only have one more, Chris. Sorry,
yeah.
I apologize for cutting you off.
Sorry, yeah, go ahead.
I think we only have the biggest empty promise made. Like, I don't think we have any other.
I have another one. No, I have another one. But
fine.
I think, do you want to finish on biggest empty promise made? Because it's like,
yeah,
it's the finisher. I have best community question.
Oh, I missed it. Yeah, apologies. Yeah.
Best community question, D. There's one that stands out in my head as being where I was like, oh shit, that got me thinking. And that was from Deal Byrne when he asked, what friend or what chance did you think you would fare up in a fight with a gorilla in a coliseum or something?
Holy shit, right.
It's like you and your friends are dropped into a coliseum with just a bat against a gorilla, a silverback. How do you fare your chances?
That's a good question.
Yeah. That was a tremendous question.
I remember that one actually.
And Shawnee Mack presented us one about growing animals to 10 times their size.
That one was really good because we put a lot of thought into the answer. Like, we didn't just go like...
Because he wanted to hear the effects on a global scale, you know?
Yeah, global scale, that's right, yeah. So we had to be like raising sea levels and like...
Exactly.
The effect on like the pressure on planets stuff. That was... Yeah, that one was really good as well, actually.
We've had numerous questions.
Yeah, like, it doesn't feel fair because like a lot of the questions, it's the short little silly ones are some of the best because they're just fun to answer. Like,
yeah, because you can answer them nice and quick. Now we've had some big ass questions come through to us. We had one about. No, that wasn't this year. No, sorry. I'm just trying to find. I thought I had some community questions wrote down here somewhere, but I don't. We had one. Last week or the week before about it was a 3-parter about changing our bodies and changing male to female.
Right.
Spending a day in the life of each other, spending a day in the life of a female body. I enjoyed that one. I also enjoyed oh shit. Yeah, there was just a question I think about like our favorite podcast. You know what? I'm really struggling to get through this one because there has been so many questions, something I wasn't expecting this year at all. Yeah. Because we've always opened the door up to questions to the podcast, and this year in particular, especially towards the latter half, from like 100 onwards, like the questions kind of tuck off for us. Every single week, there's been at least a handful of questions to answer, which has just been so nice because that's always what we want on this show. So that's been super. But I can't think, like, I don't know what I want to call the best community question, D.
I'm gonna go with Shawnee Max.
Yeah,
because thinking back on that now, it's like that was an excellent question because it kicked off like genuine preposterous conversation. Like, it kicked off like us speaking about like the logistics of increasing the size of a blue whale and what's that gonna do.
I tell you what. there was another question, I think that same episode, that sparked a whole pile of debate, even among some of the people who listen to the podcast. And the question was blue or green.
Yeah.
That was a big ass question, D. And again, we pondered that. That
was a fine question.
Blue or green?
Fine question. You picked green.
I'm always green. Green for life, D. See? I got the green mic topper right now.
Team green.
But yeah, no, I think I agree with you with Shawnee Max. If you could make one animal 10 times their size, what would it be and why? And he wanted us to think of the effects on a global scale. Yeah.
I think I picked something very large to see the
Did
effects.
you not pick wheels?
Something. Yeah, wheels. I picked wheels.
And it would just, like, we'd dissipate all the water in the ocean. Like, it would just disappear.
We'd all drown.
Yeah. I think
you picked ants. I think you went super small.
Super small, but I bet there's
like
going to be like trillions of them, which was terrifying.
Yeah, exactly.
I also said an honorable mention was a red panda, because they're just cute. A load of red pandas walking about 10 times their size. But I don't think I ever chose that as my actual answer. But Shawnee Mac, yeah, winner of the best community question this year, definitely goes to Shawnee Mac. Thank you.
Yay, clap.
Excellent. One final question then, D, for this award ceremony this year, just before we approach the 2-hour mark of the podcast. And it is biggest empty promise made.
These are numerous. Too many to count, really.
Now, the thing is, D, we've come back, we've been nothing but consistent.
Yeah, it was from we come back. Mm-hmm. But this is 2020 as a whole, Chris.
So I don't think consistency is an issue, this one.
I think the biggest empty promise is probably in January of 2020 us saying, coming to you every week, a weekly podcast.
Yeah.
That was a pretty hard lie, because that didn't maintain for very long, but we did have COVID to contend with. So.
I mean, the thing is, had we known that we could have got away with like doing Zoom podcasts like this earlier on in the year, I mean, it would have been fine, but we learned from it, and we got, to be fair, we got a new studio built out of it. We upped our audio game. We got a new intro music. We got new stuff done in the background, all the stuff that you don't really get to see, on a weekly basis for the podcast. But we got all that done, which was nice. I think maybe saying that we were going to do more videos for the channel is definitely an empty promise. It's one of the biggest.
Because we haven't done any videos for the channel.
Yeah, which is disappointing. But again, the year that it was and trying to find the time has been just horrific.
It's been hard.
But next, I keep saying it, but next year we will have new channels, because we need a new channel intro trailer, a new channel trailer. So we're going to knock that one out of the park. Are you good?
Dogs are going mad here.
Oh, I can't hear them on my side yet. So, I heard one bark.
I may have to pause.
No, you pause. While D pauses, I'll just talk a little bit about the... What will I talk about? Let me see, what can I find in the studio to talk about? We can talk about whiskey. There's some nice whiskeys up there. I don't know if you can see it. Let's get that camera up there. Nice whiskeys right there. This granddaddy of them all, I'm pointing at, the Lefroy, is tremendous 10-year Scotch, single malt Scotch from Scotland. It is absolutely terrific. It's super peaty, super smoky, delicious. The Tamnavul's quite good as well, but not the greatest. The Glenmorangie, that's another fantastic whiskey. That's the yellow box here. Grant's I wouldn't be a big fan of. And the MacArthur's blended Scotch that we have here, we actually bought that for coming back in the podcast like a while ago, because we were going to toast certain things. Now this is like as cheap as like Scotch whiskies come, and it will burn the ass clean off you, but it's pretty good. But my top, which isn't actually here because I think the bottle is inside, is probably Buffalo Trace, which is a bourbon whiskey. It's inside, and it is phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. So if you get a chance to search for some Buffalo Trace over the holiday season, you should do that. It's absolutely terrific. D rejoins us. Thank you for coming back. I just took the listeners and viewers through some of our whiskies here and fine drinks in case they wanted to purchase anything for the Christmas season.
using our affiliate links in the description below.
Absolutely. Just use discount code EmptyPromisePodcast at any Sainsbury's, Tesco, or Asda near you. And
just say it out to them.
Just say it at the cashier. Empty Promise Podcast. They take 20% off your shop. Swear to God. Just try it. Just try it. Just try it. Just all right. Just try it. Just try it. All right.
Don't question it.
If nothing else, it's just getting the name out there for us. Just scream it. Scream it at the cashier. They'll think you're crazy. They'll give you 20% off anyway. Fuck it. It's a season of goodwill.
No worries.
Merry fucking Christmas. Anyway. Yeah, empty promises as far as they go. We've made a lot, D. I've made a lot in personal life as well as podcast life. But I think, as you say, saying that we're going to be consistent from day one and saying that we were going to get more videos for the channel, which we are going to get next year, and we have so much planned for next year. It's crazy.
We have a list of videos that we're going to do. We just haven't done them. That's the thing.
Yeah.
So we're not short on ideas.
No,
until we go to do the video, in which case we're like, actually, these ideas are all shit.
Yeah.
We need better ideas.
But I think that just about wraps up the award show for this year, D. A lot of real good.
Congratulations!
I thoroughly
winners.
One more round of applause for everyone. Thank you so much. Thank you. And to everybody listening, it's been an absolute pleasure to have you this year with us. All that's left to do this week, D, is Do you want to do community questions? Do you want to do person with the pod? Yeah.
Let's do community questions.
Yeah.
And then we'll do person with the pod.
We have 3 community questions this week, all Christmas related. The first one comes from DJ Smack Lachlan, aka Shawnee Mac, who asks, "What is your best Christmas present?" Now, wait a second, because there's a follow-up question from Michelle Callahan who asks, "What is the best Santa present you've ever received?" So I think one has to be present not from Santa, one should be from Santa. So okay. we'll combine the 2 questions. Great minds in the community thinking aloud and alike. Mm-hmm. I already know what my greatest Santa present is. I'm trying to think of my greatest Christmas present. Now, this is the thing. Can you count presents that you've got after you stopped believing or after you were told about Santa as Christmas presents, or do you still count them as Santa presents?
It depends. If it's like my one still did Santa for a bit. Like I had a younger sister, so I got Santa until
exactly.
I was...
Dude, like Santa is still available in this house. Still available every single year. You want Santa? Come on down. December 24th.
Yeah. So I still got Santa presents alongside, and then I got presents. With,
I just want to know. I just want to know that we're on the same page here. You know.
Yeah.
Okay.
And for any kids listening, we're just drunk right now, so you can ignore what we're talking.
Super drunk on all our non-alcoholic beverages because alcohol is bad for you.
Yeah.
Again, I'll check the box that says not suitable for kids. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine. It'll be fine. That's the answer.
I love the idea that there's kids listening that are that age and they're like listening to the Empty Promise podcast.
Tell you what, if there is any kids listening, because you are the people who are definitely going to leave comments and shit. So why don't you just comment and let us know
Go for it,
that you're listening? You know, maybe stick in a couple of credit card details there. Who knows? You know,
it's fine.
See what Santa brings this year. Anyway, greatest Santa present for me, without doubt, the greatest year for me was the year I got the Xbox 360. Nothing will ever top that for me, I don't think. Ever.
I remember it well.
There's a few close, but walking in, and particularly because that was one of my first years of kind of knowing about the whole Santa Claus thing, and actually no, I was a bit into it. But right from like October, November time, Gears of War started advertising on the TV, and I was just completely blown away by this game. And I kept saying to my mom and dad, I was like, I really want this, but it's like, it's only for Xbox, and we don't have an Xbox. We were always just PS2. And they were like, well, all you can do is ask Santa for it, you know, see what happens. Mm-hmm. And I was like, okay. But I mean, I was not expecting anything like that. Yep. And I walked in and there was the 360 complete with, it was the Gears of War bundle 360. And I also had Splinter Cell, Double Agent, and Project Gotham Racer 3. Oh my God. It was still to this day, I can still see walking into that room and seeing the presents, and it's just, it fills me with such joy. It's so good. So good. So That's glad awesome, I have that memory. Yeah. That's what spanned the love of video games. I think it took it even further for me as well. and years and countless hours.
And for me, the fact that you got that Xbox, that genuinely like fell in love with Gears of War just from playing it with you at your house split screen. Like that's it.
Yeah, so good.
Yeah.
So shout out to Denise and Carl for delivering the goods in that one. Thank you for taking away years and years of our life through video games.
Yeah, look what you've made. Look what you created.
What about you?
I'm going to give a shout out to the Batman scooter.
Fucking right. Yeah. Batman scooter. Pope John Paul on his Batman scooter. Yeah. I get it, man.
It's just fucking scooting around, just blessing people, just left, right, and center.
Scooting around the Vatican.
Bam, bam, bam.
In his Pope robes. Oh, Jesus. That'd be great.
They're flowing in the background like a holy Batman.
Oh, dude. See if you could make that as our thumbnail for this video.
Pope John Paul II on a Batman scooter? Is what you want me to do as the thumbnail? Like, isn't that blasphemy or something?
No, it's fucking terrific. It's absolutely terrific. I need that. We'll not even use it as a thumbnail. I'll just use it as a post. I don't care. I need that to be a thing. I need that to be a thing. You will make my Christmas if you deliver that. Pope John Paul on a Batman scooter. Holy shit. If he does, I'll post it and you guys will see it. Holy shit. That's terrific.
I'll do my best.
Okay.
I promise.
I don't know where you'll find a Batman scooter though.
I have one at home. I'll take a picture of it. Actually, no, it's gone. It's since been removed.
Yeah. That was
like. That's like one of my earliest Santa presents that I've just always remembered. Is because I had it for years. I just loved that thing. But like, one of my best gifts, I'm really bad at this. I feel bad as well because I'm so bad at remembering like what I received as a gift. Probably something I use every day as well.
You had a pretty. I remember one year. Didn't you get? And I could be completely wrong. Did you get Fallout and like your big gamer chair in one year?
Yeah, I was about to say that. That was about to be my answer again. I think. Yeah, like that was my deep immersion into like. Games. That was a gift I got. I got it from my godmother. She got me the game. Oh, actually, that's another one my godmother got me. Was Pirates of the Caribbean. Black Man's Curse.
Excellent.
That was one that I was like, I want to see this. I got it on DVD.
Yeah.
I wanted to see that movie so bad, but I was convinced it was like an 18s, like it was, you're too young to watch it type of thing. Didn't realize it was a PG-13 movie. And hang on,
I gotta stop. That's playing in my head. Did you just say Pirates of the Caribbean? Black Man's Curse.
Black Man's Curse. Oh, Curse of the Black Pearl.
That's what it is.
It's Dead Man's Chest.
Yeah, you combined the two of them and just got Black Man's Curse, and I was like, I'm pretty sure with the year we've just had, we can't say Black Man's Curse.
Black Man's Curse.
Yeah.
I'd say plenty of people think that they are cursed, but
oh fuck. But yeah, I know the movie. Yeah, fuck, terrific. Yeah.
What? Curse of the Black Pearl.
Curse of the Black Pearl.
Jesus
Dead Man's
Christ.
Chest.
Yeah. Black Man's Curse. Dead Man's Chest, and At Worlds.
And
Curse of the World's Curse.
Yeah.
Curse of the Black Pearl. I got it when I was I don't know. I must have been young enough, maybe 12 or 13 or something like that. But I was convinced it was not like appropriate for my age. Man, I love that. To this day, I love that.
That was
movie.
The first place I ever heard or seen of the Pirates of the Caribbean movies was watching them in your middle living room downstairs, and me and you fucking just absolutely just transfixed on Johnny Depp as a swashbuckling pirate. It was incredible. I still remember that. Great memories. Yeah.
Terrific.
Watching those stunts over and over again. Yeah. Terrific.
So that was good. But also, Fallout 3. I was the one, like, I became obsessed with that game. I was staying up like until like 3, 4, 5 in the morning playing it, which was like not something I used to do.
Yeah. I remember you being obsessed with that game because I thought, I'm going to be obsessed with this game if Dee likes it, and I just never got into it. So,
but you like Fallout 4, so it's fine.
I do like Fallout 4.
So that was one. Also, that gaming chair that I got, that X-Rocker Pro.
Yeah.
I remember hooking it up on Christmas Day and playing Modern Warfare 2
Jesus
campaign.
Christy.
And having I remember it's so visceral, right?
Yeah.
On the snowmobiles going down that hill, the final chase on the snowmobiles, with the music pumping out of from the headset.
The headset,
and I was just like, again.
Oh my god, yeah.
Again. I was just astounded.
I mean, the soundtrack to that game alone is incredible.
Oh.
But when you have it fucking pumping in your ears while you're flying down a snow-capped mountain on a snowmobile. Jesus.
Oh, like
Yeah.
it was something else. I remember that viscerally as well.
That was a great memory. Yeah.
So that was a Santa present as well, actually.
Uh-huh.
So yeah,
Great.
can't really can't really track it down any more than that.
That's fantastic. Is that us for Santa present? Are you doing like Christmas present? Or is that all in one?
Christmas present was the game.
Yeah.
Fallout / Black Man's Curse, Black Pearl.
Yeah.
And the Santa present was the X Rocker Pro.
Nice. Excellent. I genuinely can't think straight off the top of my head the best present. I know there's been loads of them. Fuck. Probably I got tickets to the Disney parks in Orlando. I got like the 14-day unlimited pass. Yeah, which I made the fucking most out of. And I got them and I was kind of thinking, I don't know if this is really for me. At the time,
You're more of a Universal man, like
the happiest place on earth, obviously, and second only to Walt Disney Studios. But no, I remember getting them and just when I went and seeing all the different kind of worlds and I was fucking blown away. Now I don't think I'd ever go back to Orlando or Florida without visiting Disney parks, like wholeheartedly. That's probably one of the greatest presents I've ever got.
Oh, that's a good one, actually.
Yeah, no. But I've received a lot of simple things over the year, as presents. I mean, simple things like mugs and things like the mug that I'm forever using on podcast and on a day-to-day basis, like that they are. Yeah, you know.
That's a gift from you.
Yeah, that's right. Actually, yeah, and they're constantly things. I mean, right now I'm looking over there. I'm going to turn the camera so you can see this. There's Nick Cage over there.
Oh yeah.
As a gift for the awesome podcast, gift. Yeah. So
and there's an Eddie Howe picture up there saying Eddie Howe. That's another like.
That was a gift from my brother, actually. Yeah, that was like a novelty gift that just took off. That I was like, well, I cherish that now. You know.
Yeah, exactly.
I've received so many fucking gifts over the years,
You're so fucking popular, Chris, aren't you? You're just great there, sitting in your little white tower of gifts and love and affection from your cohorts. Look what I got nothing. I got a plain white wall. The fuck?
Here, you be thankful of that plain white wall, all right? Because that wall could be
the wind off
unpainted, you know. Best. Do you remember fucking years ago? We used to have these sick black tops that we used to do parkour in, and they had like dragons on them.
Yes.
Do you remember?
Matching tops.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh my god, that just came to me when we were talking about gifts. Holy shit!
Long sleeved black tops with this like white dragon, like this like Chinese style dragon,
like ran down the arm and stuff.
Parkour top.
Yeah,
it's our fucking uniform for parkour.
We were so into parkour.
So into it, man.
Yeah, holy shit.
For about a year.
For about a year, yeah.
Then the year after it was mountain biking.
Yeah.
The year after it was pro gaming.
Yeah,
and the year after that it was, I don't know, football probably.
Yeah, football and then podcasts probably. But here we are. Yeah, parkour was only like 4 years ago. What are you talking about?
Our matching t-shirts. Still have them.
Oh, I'm going to see if I can hook them out or hook pictures of them out. But holy shit.
Awesome.
Yeah.
You still have that somewhere. Like.
I'm bound to. Last question this week. The best movie to watch at Christmas that isn't a Christmas movie comes from Shawnee Mac. DJ Smack Lachlan hitting us with the heavy hitters this week. I already know what mine is. I think I mentioned it last week. Mine will be The Great Escape.
Oh, yes.
Not necessarily a Christmas movie. It sits superbly at Christmas for me.
Well, actually, there's ones that we kind of mentioned. Pirates of the Caribbean.
Oh,
just like a good... Like Pirates of the Caribbean, Indiana Jones,
good family movies,
Back to the Future, films like that, like just action adventure movies that are just kind of like fun, sit back, they're kind of action,
just
kind
popcorn
of comedy.
flicks, yeah,
exactly, blockbuster type of things. Those are
I love
all
Indiana
great
Jones,
shits.
yeah, love them, yeah, except for the
should
fourth.
Make an Indiana Jones 5.
Don't know about that. D, all that's left to do this week then is finish up and get personal with the podcast. If there's anything you want to touch on this week about what you did, seen, watched, ate, consumed, whatever way you want to put it. I watched quite a few movies this week, but I'm not going to touch on them too much. I'll just tell you what I watched. I watched The Big Short, finally.
Nice.
Good movie.
You should get speaking to Sean McLaughlin about the unofficial trilogy, about that Big Short.
Oh, that's right.
I guess Big Short, and then what's the one with Gordon? No, it's not the one with Gordon. Forget what it's called. There's another movie about that same thing.
Yeah. I watched Disturbia, Shia LaBeouf from 2007.
Shia LaBeouf?
Yeah.
I enjoyed that movie.
Man,
I remember watching it years and years ago.
I thoroughly enjoyed that movie. Holy shit, that completely...
Shia LaBeouf is a bit of a meme at this point, but like, he was grand.
Dude, I like him. I like him in Transformers. I like him in them. I like him in that. I liked him in Lawless. He's a bit of a meme.
Oh, I didn't like him. Lawless is the one where he's like kind of like a... No, I don't like him in that.
Did you not know?
That's him and Tom Hardy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like that movie.
Oh, okay. Well...
Do not care for The Godfather.
Okay. I also watched, as I said, 10 Cloverfield Lane, and I watched National Lampoon's Vacation. Not Christmas Vacation, but the OG original Vacation. And I've also taken into The Ripper, the Netflix, is it Jack or just called The Ripper, the Netflix series?
Yeah.
The Ripper.
Haven't seen it.
That's something that we're going to cover on this podcast in the new year, soon into the new year. So
nice.
But that,
you watch Queen's Gambit? I'm getting a lot of recommendations for
I've watched the first 4 episodes of the Queen's Gambit, D, and I think I only have 3 to go or 4 to go, and haven't continued it. Good so far, but that's it. Aside from that, D, all I've done is play Cold War. I am fucking hooked. I'm hooked. So
He's
bad.
hooked blind.
You and I actually jumped in at the start of this week together, which was nice.
We did,
because we haven't done that in years.
I would say I don't think we've ever done that. Me and you, like, anytime me and you've played COD, it's been in the same premises, like together on the same screen, either split screen
or LAN party or something.
Or a LAN party, or just like handing the control over, taking turns.
That's right, yeah.
In
actually.
matches,
yeah. That was really nice.
Like we've never, because we've never, between the two of us, we never had good enough internet that we could both be online playing with each other.
Yeah.
On COD anyway. We played Gears that way for a while.
That's right. Gears held out real well for us.
Yeah. Played Horde, but we never played COD multiplayer.
No,
really. So
we didn't.
On the headset talking over COD, I was like, "This is bizarre."
This is a weird situation. Yeah, it was great though. Actually, yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed it.
It was, yeah.
It's double XP weekend again, and it's a free trial weekend for all those who have Warzone. I think it's Warzone. So I'm getting stuck in this weekend with that, D. When this podcast is over,
you should jump in again.
That's where I'm
for
going back
to.
to.
For a bit of
bit
of squatting,
squatting. Yeah, absolutely. What else did you get up to this week, D? Or what did you get up to? Sorry, that was my week. Fuck.
Yeah, fuck. What did I get up to? Not a whole pile. I mean, that's kind of par for the course at this point. Like, we don't really do anything. I mean, yesterday I was up. We were up visiting Laura's family. Her sister was over, and we were like, doing early Christmas exchanging presents because they're not going to be here.
Mm-hmm.
And that was good fun. Like, we were just getting a bit of the Christmas spirit.
Yeah.
Played some board games.
Oh,
played the Would I Lie to You board game, which is good crack.
Oh, nice. That sounds great.
Silly wee things like that, Chris. It was good fun, and I mean that was like literally the only event of the week.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't get. Oh man, I got up at like 7 a.m. twice during the week to take the dogs for a walk.
Okay.
So like I get up at 7 and I leave the house. It's like 7:45 the time I get to the park or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a 45-minute drive. I take forever getting ready and shit. But it's like.
But you look great. You look great.
It's like just brighter than dark at that point.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it is just bright enough that you can vindicate to yourself. Yeah, you can like justify to yourself like, okay, I can see enough to walk. Yeah. But like, man, it is shit.
I was going to say
like, it's literally
that's one of my favorite times of the day. I've grown to love that time of day.
No, because we're not talking about different times. This is like it is not on. We're not on the breakage of dawn. We are. No, there's something wrong, man.
No, I know. I have done countless runs where I take off in like the sheer black, and I know what you're talking about because I normally have a headlamp, and whenever that time comes and I can just see enough, the headlamp turns off.
It goes off,
and I love it because it's so still, it's quiet, it's peaceful, it's dark as shit. Like, but I really like that time of day.
Maybe it's just because maybe it's just the starting point. So you start in the dark and you come into that.
Yeah,
That's good. But
yeah.
I start in that, and then I come into the light, and I'm like, oh, this is lovely. Because by the end of the walk, I'm like, I'm really glad I did that.
Did that, yeah.
Yeah.
Good for you.
I'm gonna try and keep doing that because there's no other practical time to walk the dogs.
That's
like,
terrific.
So
I'm really glad hearing that you're doing that, because I always love hearing people doing like exercising things, and
we'll see how long it lasts.
no, it
We'll
will
see how long
last. It'll fucking last.
Christmas fucking week here, where it's not gonna be going well, but yeah, like played some games. Like you were saying, I think I finished Control. I might have done that last week.
Okay.
Really enjoyed that game. Just the whole story, the whole like atmosphere for that game.
Yeah.
Awesome. Played some COD with you, which was fun. It was different. Not as addicted to COD as you are at the moment, but I am enjoying the games that I play, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
Getting in there. And I think that's it. I played some games. I haven't really been watching anything. Oh, actually, sorry, tell a lie. We started to watch season 4 of Big Mouth. I don't know if you've ever watched Big Mouth.
I've watched the first couple of episodes of the first season, D, and I couldn't really get into it.
It is like non-reverential. It is just like, and it takes anything to task. Like, it's grim, but it can be so fucking funny as well.
I might give that a go.
I'm enjoying it
because I need something else to watch.
Enjoying it. It's very good. Like I like. It's so weird. It's got this like vulgarness to it. You don't even want to watch it. Like when Laura said, "Let's watch it," we were about to tuck into our dinner, and I was like, "I'm not when we're eating food." Like that was my. But Laura was just like, no, we'll just watch it." I stuck it on, and I was like, I was both vindicated in that we shouldn't have watched this while we were eating food, but at the same time, I was like enjoying watching it. I didn't really mind. But it's a good show. Would recommend that. And like that's it, you know.
I know.
Takeaways.
We're in the nice. Anything noteworthy?
No.
Nope.
Had the Chinese, and then I had the cold Chinese stuff. That's
nice.
Revelation of the week.
Nice revelation of the week. That could be a new segment. Holy shit! No, we need to stop this. We got to.
You'd be doing well. Like you'd be doing very well to have a revelation every week, wouldn't you? Like.
Yeah, I guess you would. Yeah,
sitting meditating for hours on end so I can have some sort of revelation. For the podcast.
An epiphany every week. Epiphany of the week. We could do it, but just do it with very mundane things, you know.
I realised that you loop it, you swoop it, and then you pull. Tying your shoelaces.
I don't think I have much else to cover on the weekly of the podcast. I mean, it's Christmas week. It's the run in now to Christmas. So it's been good fun. I've thoroughly enjoyed all the people who have been coming to me in the gym and helping me get set up and started in the gym, to all the clients that I have at the minute. It's a blessing. And I'm really, really enjoying that work at the minute. And I can't wait to see what I can do in 2021 with that. So that's kept me busy all week. But aside from that, like, as you say, it's the Christmas run-in. What do you...
We're all winding down.
What do you do? Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah. I think that's it. I think
it's the last podcast of the year, Chris.
Yeah, I think all that's left for us to do is give a thorough thanks to everybody. What do you think?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Everyone who's listened, commented, even just like in the background had it on for like 10 seconds. Yeah. It's just like awesome. It's to know that we're even considered.
Exactly. It's unbelievable, D. And I know we said a lot that we have stuff planned, but we genuinely do have stuff planned for 2021. And if the latter half of this year is anything to go by, and how like our topics have been and how our analytics have been, and being in touch with you guys on a weekly basis, like 2021, I said this to you before the start of the podcast, but 2021 is the year of the empty promise. Mark my words, D. It's going to be big for us. I know it's going to be big for us. Yeah. It's going to be huge. But our sincere thanks to each and every one of you finding this.
Our sincere apologies to everyone who's had to endure us for another year.
Our sincere condolences. I failed you.
Yeah.
Thank you to everybody who's found us, commented, like you said. Yeah, I don't want to reiterate too much, but remember, you can find this podcast over at youtube.com, the video version that is, and the audio is available on any podcast hosting service. Just search for Empty Promise Podcast. Our social media is Empty Promise Podcast, and you'll find us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. And there is our email to get in touch with us, D, which is
emptypromisepodcast@gmail.com, which we're going to start checking.
Once a week we'll check it. Yeah, every week we'll check it.
Yeah.
Be the first to drop us an email. a
Or-
strongly worded email. Or for all we know, there's fucking hundreds there. Yeah, but
Yeah, exactly.
But that's it. That's all I have to offer this week and this year. And we hope that you have a peaceful and enjoyable and restful Christmas and New Year period. And we look forward to seeing you all in the new year, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. You want to add anything?
No. Happy Christmas.
Happy
New Year.
Yep. Happy Christmas and Happy New Year to you all. Lots of love from Dee and myself.
Happy Hanukkah.
Crazy Kwanzaa. We'll see you all next year. Goodbye and God bless.
Bye-bye.